Welcome back. Week 9 NFL. I'm your host, Midwest Jet, bringing you the show where we talk about how we're living NFL with our teams, with a lot of things that happen in the league. We specifically talk about the Seahawks, the Giants, the Jets. We have a special guest today. The reason we do, Gobo. Congratulations. Everybody send a big shout out. He had a baby. Well, he didn't have a baby. His wife had a baby. It's their second child. So love and support to them.
Congrats, Gobo, the family. Love you.
Dames.
I don't miss him right now. Give me a few minutes. I don't miss him right now.
So in his place today, we have D-MYKE coming back.
I'm just here so I don't get fined by Lock 22.
Right.
Dames Mars probably had something to do with that. Dames.
Go Hawks.
Yeah, I just said, do you want to do the? He's like, yes. So it was not difficult.
Twisted his arm. Well, welcome in, G-Men Jazz. Can't wait to talk about this week's game.
Hey, keep it down.
Happy Halloween, everybody, and go Hawks there. Go Hawks.
I mean, you can say go Hawks and it's cool because it's like
The black and gold ones.
both.
Just punt it. Just punt it.
All right. Thanks for joining us. You know, the first thing we talk about, we get here, we talk about some news. We skipped prime time last week. We don't want to talk about him a whole lot, but since Gobo's not here, it's pretty much it's Dame's time to just take a big dump on Dion. Go ahead.
They lost again.
Hey,
Oh
this is
man.
the best. This is like the best in their defense. The best Pac-12 conference in like how many decades, dude?
And it's not for them.
Did you guys hear? Like they got the players got like stuff stolen from their locker room during the game, and Prime wants reparations from the NCAA. He wants them to like give them their stuff back.
Give them their stuff back, guys.
But please,
Dion, please.
call it reparations, please.
And also like Shedeur Sanders got sacked 7 times. So both he and the locker room just completely sacked.
And I read somewhere that this isn't the first time something has happened with Dion jewelry getting stolen anyway. I'm like, shocker. Big shocker there, Bling, Mr. Bling. Let's go.
Yeah. Weird. Where can I find a bunch of jewelry worth a lot? Oh, the coach is out on the field right now and his stuff's in the... Okay, anyway, let's move on. Big trade newses in the league today. First one we're going to kind of talk about is quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings went down. Kirk Cousins, Achilles. Aaron Rodgers called him. Hey, bro, man, I got some stuff you can rub on that, and you'll be ready here in about a couple months.
Like, come with me to the dark place.
Yeah, come to the dark retreat with me, Kirk.
You know what? They trade for Dobbs, but they're still starting a rookie.
Right.
They're not starting Dobbs.
Just let him start.
He's there for support. He's there for support.
He's there for support. So anyway, that's one free agent signing.
But that also answers the question of whether or not they're going to be sellers or buyers. They still think they're in it. What?
I mean, maybe they can squeak in.
Come on.
They should have traded Daniel Hunter if they were going to be sellers, because they could have gotten a lot for him.
Right. Seriously, I'd take him on my defense. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the kind of the cool news here on NFL, we have a Giants and now 2 Seahawks fans. And Leo was a Jet, so a big swap. We traded him to Giants. Giants traded him to Seahawks. And every year I'm like, I like Leo. I liked him for the Jets. I liked him for the Giants. And now I'm...
Are you guys follow him on social media? He's like Bear Grylls, dude. He's like out in the woods, like with no shoes on, like sleeping and building fucking cabins. He's awesome. I'll just put it that way.
I'll just say for the Giants, I mean, it was strictly contractual. This was the last year of his contract with us. Um, and picking up extra picks always helps you move up in the draft for a quarterback if that is the case in the way the Giants want to go next year. So loading up on picks, and we didn't have him signed anyway, and now we have about $6 million in cap space. So good move for both teams, in my opinion.
That extra second pick's gonna come in handy for you.
Yeah. Yeah, D-MYKE, I mean, Jamal Adams, I mean, he's from New York. Now you got Leo.
Well, I don't know if you saw this week, but the ball bounced off his head into Julian Love's hands. So thank you, New York. Thank you, New York. And then Gino, thank you again, New York.
Yeah.
Won the game with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So, yeah, don't even talk shit about Jamal.
Yeah. All right.
Let me explain why this deal makes good sense for the Seahawks first, because you're going to talk about a desperation move that San Francisco made here in just a moment to try and counter this move. We moved our pickup to a second pick, so we only have to pay this man $699,000 for the next 10 games. That's it. We can either sign him again after this is over, or because Jess, you probably remember when you guys gave him the big deal. It was right. He had a huge contract year.
We only gave a third for him, and we got a second and a fifth from you guys. So the draft picks are good for us. And yeah, like you said, I mean, you're giving a second and a fifth and $600,000 for 10 games, which basically tells me you guys think he is the missing piece to put you, I mean, a top 3-5 defense. Like this is what you guys think you need to be dominant completely. And I think he is, and he's playing at a high level right now. So,
and I'll say this: I've been watching him. You know that I've been defender of the New York defense, despite the issues that you guys have had. I will say this also: the 5th round pick, if we don't sign him, we'll get a compensatory pick somewhere in the 4th or 5th round. So if we don't sign him beyond this year, we're really just giving up a 2nd round pick and $700,000 for 10 games of a stud. And I'm cool with that. Especially since we have an extra 3rd round pick next year.
They're also, that's their thinnest part of their roster. So any injury, they would be screwed. So
yeah, you got a little
never hurts to add
a Pro Bowler.
Definitely a good deal for both teams.
Yeah. Now here's the thing so we'll kind of move on. The Commanders get rid of both of their stud
sweat equity.
You have to know because they lost that game against the Eagles.
Yep.
This was coming.
Yep. Chase Young, Marquez Sweat traded. That's what it is. Montez Sweat both traded today. So it's pretty big news, I think. So that's mean the Commanders are just saying, "Tra-la-la-la, Jazz, that's your division."
That's right. That's my division, and they already. I thought they were just horrible when we played them with those guys playing. They brought they brought a little pressure. So now I don't know if they think they have some young guys in the wing, but new ownership, they're getting rid of who they want to get rid of, and they're moving on. So a 2nd round pick, I believe, for Sweat from the Bears. And the Bears are the absolute worst pass rush team in all of football, so that cannot hurt them at all. And then Chase Young, like you're saying, to the 49ers. I don't know if that's desperation or not, but even if you just play him on 3rd downs, I think that's a win for the 49ers as well, a 3rd rounder.
Yeah, Bosa and him in there. Oh my God.
Let's talk about Bosa though, because he don't look right. Something's wrong with him. He must be hurt or something, because defense is struggling.
I read or saw an interview with him where he was not blaming it on, but blaming it on missing training camp. And I'm like, bro, it's like week 9 now, dude. Like you can't be serious right now. I was like, what is going on? Like, dude, that's just playing time, guy. So I don't know what's going on either. He's not getting stats for sure.
And Randy Gregory clearly wasn't the answer because they've lost.
Yeah.
2 or 3 games since they got him, they've lost it. No matter which one it is, they've lost them all. So
right,
which is also kind of a crazy thing. So we're gonna move on. Don't forget, at the end of every show, Ricky's picks. Gamble responsibly while you're eating your beef wheels.
There any teams on a bye this week?
Yeah. Does anyone have a bye this week? I don't think anyone.
Denver, Detroit,
Oh.
Jacksonville, and the 49ers, much needed bye for them.
All right. Thank you, G-Man Jess, for filling us in with the buys.
Yeah, one more time, just so we all got it.
Denver, Detroit, Jacksonville, 49ers.
Oh, so 4 of the best teams.
One of the best teams. Wow. Lions had a nice win anyway.
Besides Denver, you mean?
we're calling Denver now that they won.
They're the new Kansas City, dude.
Pretty much all these teams. We're going to tell the truth. This is the part of the show where we tell the truth about our NFHells we're living in. Obviously, we're Jets, Seahawks, Giants. None of us have, well, you guys have seen a few more greener pastures than I, but overall, we're just still sizzling down in hell. D-MYKE. As a guest, we'll start with you. This is to tell the truth. Let's hear some truth about these Hawks you'd like to share with our audience.
Well, because I knew that Damon was going to tell a truth about the Hawks. I can either tell a truth about the league in general or the Iowa Hawkeyes of college football.
Do both. Do both.
Yeah.
Okay, my truth for the Iowa Hawkeyes of college football is it's been announced finally that Brian Ferentz will not return as offensive coordinator next year. And we should all celebrate that, by all means, crack open the champagne. But the real truth is it's not going to matter who the offensive coordinator is under Kirk Ferentz. As long as Ferentz is still there, we will not have a good offense again.
And again. And again.
Ever again.
Player boy Cooper. Cooper at quarterback.
Why is that? Why is that true?
I know. I feel like if we're tight end U2, it's like, why aren't we using these tight ends like
they're all dead. Well, this season they're all dead.
Yeah.
But
Kittle, like in college, like why aren't we using him like the 49ers are? So if we still have all these great tight ends, let's go.
The basic truth is we always throw it 3 yards on 3rd and 5 or longer. So as long as that very, very, very conservative offense continues, which it's, his game or his motto is get it to the end of the game and win it in close game or, control the game. And it's worked out for bowl games every year. And is that the best Iowa can do? Maybe, maybe not. But goddamn, we're all sick of it by now. So we'd rather just start with someone new and see what the hell, Sorry to interrupt your truth, but that's my truth for the Hawkeyes too.
And I think it's
come on, guys.
Right. And Kirk rules with an iron fist, and I think that's why it doesn't matter, especially if he's your dad. He's
literally
never really going to have free reign over the team, so to do what you want on offense. So
truth about the league then there, D-MYKE.
So I'm going to tell 3 truths and a lie, and then you have to decide which is the lie.
Okay.
So they're going to be out of order, obviously. It's going to be difficult to guess.
Play along at home. Play along at home.
Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. Sam Howell is a good quarterback.
That's a fucking lie.
Zach Wilson.
There's only one lie?
There's only one truth or one lie?
One lie.
What was the 4th one?
Zach fucking Wilson. We all heard it, Dave.
Oh
D-MYKE.
Oh my God.
Coming on the show and jails.
You throw Daniel Jones in there also?
Yeah.
No, because that wouldn't have even been very fun or easy.
Yeah, that's a little obvious right now.
Long-time listener, Jason. He's listening to Dak. He's like, come on.
Who was the first guy you said?
Kirk Cousins.
Cousins is.
I'll go first, Dane.
You played like an MVP, man.
I'll go first, and then I'll let the other guys pick, and then you tell us if we're right or wrong. Because that way, everyone gets a fair shot.
Hear it.
I'm going to say, and I'm going to back up with Dak Prescott is the lie. And I'm going to back it up with the fact that he's stacked and never gets anywhere. He is.
Like players, he has a lot of players on his team.
And he never gets anywhere. The other, like Sam Howell, he has an excuse, and he's really new. Zach Wilson doesn't really have excuses, but again, they're above 500, and by all rights shouldn't be with him. God is a good quarterback though. This I got to stick with it. I'm going to say Dak. All right, who's next?
Ethan, you're next.
Guys, it's between two people, in my opinion, and that's Zach Wilson and Sam Howell. Giants have played both of these guys, and we beat Howell, so I'd have to say he's a piece of shit. But he plays the Eagles good. And Zach Wilson has a great
Zach Wilson beat the
running game. Yep,
Shut up until it's your turn, bitch.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Zach Wilson. All right, Zach Wilson. Interceptions. Good run game, good defense. They're waiting for Rodgers. They're all just waiting for Rodgers.
Are we all three going to pick different players?
Okay, Jack, let's go.
Well, okay, here's the deal. I mean, I feel like Dane's like, well, Jas got his ass kicked by Jail, so I better throw him a little fucking softball.
Hold on. You laughed out loud at Kirk Cousins. So you laughed out loud.
Here's the deal with Kirk Cousins.
He thought it was gonna like go up from there.
Yeah. Out of those four, he's definitely not the worst. And I'm gonna say it's Sam Howell. And by the I don't care if he's young. We all know if you just watch a game. By the way, Zach Wilson has the most fourth quarter wins out of any quarterback in his draft class, which includes Trevor Lawrence. Okay, anyway.
No, his draft class, but guess who actually has the most in the last 2 years?
Geno. That's right. Okay. But Geno's not on this list. So
I love that you all picked different. I love that you all picked a different quarterback.
I don't love that at all, but let's go ahead.
Did you have this written down somewhere, or what are we doing?
The answer's right here. And the answer came to me when I said to myself, okay, Geno Smith died, and we have to have one of these quarterbacks. Who is the last one that I'm going to pick? The last one I would pick is Zach Wilson. He sucks, dude. He sucks so bad. He's like an Iowa Hawkeye.
Because of Jails' face.
He's like an Iowa Hawkeye quarterback, dude. He lives and dies by his defense and special teams, which he has no hand in, and the occasional 80-yard run, which Breece Hall is more than happy to provide for the Jets. But the Hawkeyes have gotten their share of 60, 80-yard touchdown runs that put up the only offensive touchdown on the board for a game.
What about punt returns? Oh.
Otherwise, you can be good in between the 20s, but if you can't like score the touchdown, then you're a terrible quarterback. So,
man, I still think Dak Prescott is not a good quarterback.
Dude,
Zach Wilson's also 23.
Wilson has great weapons too, man. Damon.
I know.
But the Jets line, let's be real. That's playing a hand in the difference. Rodgers got hurt in 4 plays because of the line, guys.
The difference, all right?
Zach Wilson hasn't got hurt in the same line. I'm just saying, like,
the Jets are playing Wilson because they have to. Dallas is playing Dak. They're playing Dak.
Well, they have to. They gave him all the money
because they paid him. Yeah, because they paid him. That's a good segment.
Let us know down below there. So that's D-MYKE's truths. Dames, we're letting you go next. We know who's going last, so go ahead.
It's one of you two, obviously, but
exactly.
Truths. there's a lot of stuff to talk about, you guys. But I'll pick one. All right. I don't want to overspeak things or the situation, but it has recently come to my attention that we've given up 12 points a game over the last 5 games. That's Legion of Boom type of shit. I mean, if you think about it, when they were at their best for 5 years, they were around 13 points a game. And they did that for 3 years consecutively, not giving up what the 49ers just gave up one time in that span. I'm not saying we're looking at Legion of Boom 2. I'm saying I'm actually more excited about this team, because if I go across the board, there's not a single name on that list that I'm like, meh, we should upgrade. And then we went and did that today, or yesterday, as it were. I mean, think about this. Your safeties are Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, and Julian Love. That's ridiculous. Then you got Reek Woolen and Witherspoon in front of them. You got Hall of Famer Bobby Wagner, who's being outplayed by Jordan in the linebacker spot. You got Boye Mafe, who just broke a record for more sacks in consecutive games, a Seahawk record. You got Jaron Reed. You've got, we lost Chenin Owosu for the season, but he was a perennial 10 sack a year guy. Just picked up our boy Leonard from the Giants. He's going to fit in there nicely. I don't think you're going to hear his name a ton, but that's not, we didn't bring him in to compile stats. We brought him in to be a disruptor in the middle and allow everybody else outside there to eat, and they're going to eat. So when I look at those names, I have to say, my truth is, I believe what we're seeing is a top 5 defense in the NFL. I'll just say it.
There you go. Let us know your truth down below. G-Min Jazz. Truth on you.
Guys, the truth is 6-6 at our bye week is now down to 4 must-wins in a row. So before I overreact to one game where I could cry about why the fuck Gano misses 2 field goals, why the fuck Saquon just falls down on a 7-yard run when 1 first down ends the game, or why we do not do a single pass from somewhere in the second quarter all the way until overtime, and then we decide we want to pass 3 times in a row in overtime when we actually were running the ball pretty fucking good as the game went on. So the time is now. The time is now. 1 week at a time. Raiders, truth is, it's a must win. And if we don't win, it's time to start tanking for the fucking quarterback. That's where we're at right now. We get Saquon. We got DJ back this week, thank God, because DeVito is the only guy that's left because Tyrod got murdered.
Wait, who's playing quarterback?
I'm going to say you want to whine about O-line. We don't have one. So DJ's back. Tyrod's dead. DeVito obviously can't pass. I'm not even sure why he's on a roster when you don't trust him enough to pass in fucking like 50 plays. So time is now, boys.
That was Danny DeVito at quarterback, wasn't it?
Tommy, don't call me Danny fucking DeVito. Yes.
I mean, my truth is pretty much. What's that?
Dude, I'm going to stop you before you start. I'm not going to let you say Zach Wilson a 5th week in a row. So if that's where you're going, please redirect.
Especially after my truth.
Especially after
This is the truth where now Jail says he's the answer, and you just said that. This would be great. All right, Jails. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. I was just venting one more last time about our team.
I'll give you a moment if you need the redirect, but do not tell me for a fifth week that you believe, because it's boring TV for one, and there's got to be more truths than that to your team.
Well, I mean, I'll kind of start with an overall statement and with my team. Number one, the one truth that I feel like we say it on the show, but it's not said enough, is like every game in the NFL is competitive for the most part, and every team is 1 or 2 plays away from winning every game. Like, you do this one time, it changes the whole momentum of the game, and everyone is so good. People forget, because every week we come on the show, there's no fucking way Denver beats the Chiefs. You guys are stupid. And guess what happens every time? And you think we would learn, analysts would learn. So my truth is with that is it's kind of going with this Jets game. It's like, even though your O-line, you're on your 4th center, the Jets were, another starting lineman is out. Another starting lineman is out. Your offense sucks balls. The only thing you have is Breece Hall going. Your defense plays lights out, and you still only win in overtime. The Giants had -9 yards passing in the game. -9. And we can't just load up the box and just smash. Well, now, my truth is, I love that the Jets are winning these close games instead of losing them, because we should have lost a game this weekend, but we won. So my truth is I know that the Jets defense, even they can't keep playing at that. They're not playing the Giants' 3rd string quarterback every week. Like, they're going to be playing Herbert this week, then we're playing Tua twice more. We're playing Josh Allen. So our offense has to get something going. And I'm not just going to say Zach Wilson. I'm going to say our O-line is very sus right now, and I feel like it's not getting better. We did pick up some guy from the Bills today who made the Pro Bowl, I think, maybe 5 years ago. I don't even know if he was playing this year. I think he might be starting left tackle this game. So my truth is, I want to keep winning these ones, but that's not the reality. We can't. There's no way we can keep this up. Offense has to start doing something. My truth. That's it. Let us know your truths below. We know all of your teams. Even if your team is the best team in the league right now, you're still wondering what happened. Eagles, maybe they can say whatever. You did lose to the Jets. So if you watch the Jets this week, you're like, how the fuck did we lose to the Jets? It's the NFL. It's the NFL. Every game's close. Don't forget Ricky's picks coming up at the end of the show. We're moving on, talking about this week's games, starting on Thursday night, Tampa Bay, Buffalo. I wanted to take Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you did.
I did. And I was so close to doing it. And I'm glad that I decided, along with all of you, to be smart this week and pick them. And we all got it right. Gobo got it right. You got it right. You got it right. I'm sure D-MYKE got it right at home. So anybody got anything to add to this game? I mean, it was pretty much what we all predicted. Baker is Baker now. He looks like
okay.
To the shit.
He's okay though. Like,
he's okay.
You would take him.
Would I? But, no.
Yeah.
Isn't he basically the same version of Zach Wilson right now? What's he done? What's he do?
Dude, Zach Wilson is Baker Mayfield in 4 years.
Okay. You guys, you just wait. We'll just wait. You guys have no faith.
We'll just wait.
Yeah.
Because Zach Wilson's going to win the Super Bowl. And
Zach Wilson is
suck our own dicks.
He can get us back to until Rodgers comes back. That's what I'm talking
Zach,
about.
Oh my
Zach
God,
Wilson is
again.
Hey, Zach Wilson is more athletic than Baker Mayfield, so I'll give him that. But
he doesn't have any good commercials. And
I hate Mayfield's commercials. Are you talking about Mayfield or are you talking about Mayfield or Wilson?
On a tangent here. Anyway, so the Bills win. They did what everybody thought they were going to do. The thing is, this game really wasn't that good. I was like, whatever. I wasn't really into it a whole lot. Just kind of like
AFC versus NFC matchups.
Yeah, and I mean, I wanted the Bucks. They were in it for like a minute, and then it sucked. Houston, Carolina, G-Men.
Guys, this game went exactly as I predicted. Well, not exactly, but a close, little to middling scoring game. 13-15. Mr. Young with his first career win against Stroud, like I predicted. The number 1 pick gets the win. The number 2 pick or whatever he was will get Rookie of the Year most likely, and they both probably won't make the playoffs. So, good job. Good job.
Right. I'm like, I feel like this game wasn't that hyped up for being the 1 and 2, like the top 2 quarterbacks drafted. I feel like I didn't even hear any, probably because both their teams suck. So yeah, even though Carolina won, to me, I was like, it doesn't really matter.
Houston has a chance, but
yeah.
I mean, I watched it because I wanted to see both the kiddies. Neither one of them looked very good in this game. I'll say that. But it was fun. It was fun to watch them go head to head. I did think that Houston was going to win because, well, honestly, Carolina had not won. But now there's no teams that are defeated. So
that's good.
The Lions. So the Lions can pop the champagne?
Yes.
That is good to see, actually.
The Lions can pop the champagne.
If anybody remembers who was even on that team. Was like Megatron on that embarrassing.
Was that the guy? What's his name ran out of bounds backwards?
Orlovsky.
Was that Orlovsky year?
Yeah,
or was
Orlovsky.
Oh boy.
Yeah, then we listened to him. That's what I'm saying. We listened to him on Sundays talk about how much he knows about football as the Chiefs lose to the Broncos.
Every time he announces himself, they should show that clip of
every time. Yeah, don't
care.
Brought to you by this bastion of football knowledge, Dan Orlovsky.
And then he's like, "What do you guys do? You're just sitting in your basement talking about football."
Wait, we are all. You're not. You're upstairs, aren't you?
Yeah, I legit am in my basement. Damn it!
But the rest of us, I believe, are in the basement.
No, I moved up. I moved up this year, bro. I'm out of the basement.
Wait, you're in your okay. Well, yeah.
It's not my mom's basement; it is mine. But
it's yours.
I am in the basement.
Hey,
Mike, no comment.
Basement's a walkout.
Right. Rams go to Dallas. Holy shit! This is okay. So Dallas decides to be good again this game.
No,
they weren't.
No,
D really was.
Yeah, they played the Rams, and
here's what I noticed, okay? And I don't know, I think this is just bad coaching on Dallas, but they moved CeeDee Lamb into the number 1 receiving spot, which he's been in the slot. I don't know why. And, oh, wow, all of a sudden, your number 1 receiver does number 1 things. Why is he in the 3 slot every week?
He was?
Yes.
Isn't McCarthy the game?
To the outside. And he blows up. Like, go watch games ahead. I mean, you haven't seen him not till
I've seen him.
Oh yeah, you saw him in week 1.
I saw him.
They really didn't have to pass a lot in week 1. So I mean, actually, we didn't see a whole lot of.
That's another thing that I want to say.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, 43, but it was 40 in New York, and again, this is more passing, but I mean that's.
Hey, Dak's gonna have some good days, and he was on. Their defense scored a touchdown, I think. Blah blah. The inconsistencies will always get him in the end. So, Cracker, good win. Cracker was celebrating at halftime while the Jets-Giants game was going on. Like maybe first quarter, that shit was over. It was bad.
Like, shut up. But I will say this too. McVay's wife gave birth. I think he was not at the game. I don't think he was. If he was at the game, he wasn't there. So
yeah, I did see he was going to be gone if that was happening. So
we'll just say that.
Congrats, Sean.
D-MYKE, anything to add to
Thanks
this?
for winning, Dallas. That's all I care about.
It was the Rams, so I was like,
yeah, yeah, that's true. All right, Minnesota division game. Gobo, this would be you. He actually picked the winner correct. I'm the only dumbass who picked the Packers. Like we mentioned earlier, Kirk Cousins went down with an injury. They got Dobbs. They're starting a rookie this coming week. They got the win here. The Packers look like dog shit. Love is not the answer.
Yeah, love doesn't always win, Jails.
Doesn't always win, Jails. Doesn't always win. Try to tell you that shit, but here's proof.
I'm glad he doesn't play for the Jets because then that would.
But does Julian Love reception or interception erase Jordan Love's? I will say this: Jordan Love looked bad even when he was doing the right thing. I think there was probably 6 drops by wide receivers in this game. That does not help.
Those 3.
Yeah. And the game one, Aaron Jones was healthy and was a huge contributor. And I feel like, again, not to say whatever, but like Zach Wilson, Breece Hall, if you have a good running back in the backfield as a young quarterback, especially, it just helps. And ever since A. Jones went down, Love's look like dog shit. So,
well, I'm gonna say this, and Gobo, Bogo, whatever your name is, cover your ears. You probably don't want to hear this. You're not Bogo or Go.
I'm just doing it for him.
Oh, okay.
Gobo.
It's good that the Packers are learning now that Jordan Love is shit because they didn't just sign him to a huge deal that they can't get out of. And they're not going to sign him to that deal.
He does know that. He is aware that. I mean, I think his truth last week was Jordan Love.
Yeah. And what I think is I think going forward, this is going to tell you, I mean, Aaron Rodgers was a great example of it, but I think the way forward for if you draft a first round quarterback, you got to start him sooner than later. He's not going to become a genius sitting on the bench for like 3 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe a year, but not 3.
A year max. Yeah. A lot of these guys that are getting their opportunities like halfway through a season due to like a fluke injury or something, and that's when you want to find out.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this because we're done with this game going into the next game. They missed there was places they could have called, man. And one of them should have been New Orleans because I've been saying it all year. Taysom fucking Hill is the truth, man. And if I remember correctly, not only did New Orleans win, and everyone's like, Derek Carr's not as bad as, dude, this guy was 1 for 2, 44 yards, and he rushed 9 times for 70 yards. This guy, he needs to be on the field more somewhere. He's Christian McCaffrey as a quarterback is how I view him. So
right. It's just
nobody even tried. I can't say that nobody tried to get him. Maybe they don't want to deal him.
Are we on that game now?
Yeah,
it's Nolans at Indy. Nolans. Oh. Yeah. You don't.
Right before Hill scored one of his touchdowns, there was a play where Chris Olave caught a ball. There was like a defender like 10 yards in front of him. Dude just runs out of bounds, like without trying to run forward anymore because he didn't want to take the contact, presumably. And they were at like the 15-yard line when he ran out of bounds. And it was not a time issue or anything. There was plenty of time left in the first half. Luckily for him, it's going to still show up on the tape and everybody's going to be like, why did you run out of bounds, dude?
Extending his career, bro. Extending those paydays.
But anyway, luckily for him, on the next play, Taysom Hill just busts through on a rush for a touchdown. So
right, and then so I'm going to say like here, it's like Indy and Nolans. Who are they? Who are these teams? Every week, it's literally a fucking like, we pick this team, that team wins. We pick that team, that team wins. We pick that team, Derek Carr. I mean,
well, yeah. And if you're
Nolans the better team here, or is Indy the better team?
If you were watching the Red Zone channel, they showed a pass, like a long, deep pass. They're like, Derek Carr, drop back. 50 yards. It's an interception. And I'm like, I text Dan, I was like, no way that was an interception. That was a fucking reception. Tie goes to the offense. And I was like watching it. I'm like, it's not even a tie. He has the ball and he's on the ground, and then the guy takes it away from him. And then they're like, oh, that wasn't Derek Carr. That was Taysom Hill that threw that ball. And it was a perfect ball, landed right in his hands. I'm just like,
did they call it? They overturned
Derek
They
Carr.
overturned it and called it a catch.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I always thought, tie.
Are you referring to Taysom Hill as like a utility like McCaffrey, or what do you mean when you're comparing him to McCaffrey?
I would like to see him throw more, but I think he's that kind of athlete. If I look at his build and his body and what he's capable of doing out of the backfield, I think he's a quarterback version of McCaffrey. Like I wouldn't
line him up as a tight end
arm's way as much as McCaffrey if I was using him as quarterback, but just to have that option, he's explosive out of the backfield.
Kind of like
I don't think there's another McCaffrey. I'll say that. He's not as good at anything that McCaffrey does, but he's got that body, he's got that athleticism, and I'd like to see. I would love to have him on my roster.
He's not running out of bounds, D-MYKE. No. He's not running.
not even if he's playing quarterback is he running out of bounds. He's one of those guys that, like, you're like, don't take contact. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
There's one thing he's better than McCaffrey at, like staying healthy. McCaffrey has on a huge run, and I'm not even going to knock on wood because I want to jinx it of staying healthy.
Let's also look at 10, 11 touches of the ball versus 30. I mean, when you're playing a third of the time, that's not really a valid knock.
Right. All right. Let us know about your Taysom Hill, thoughts down below. Let us know what you
don't, because I don't give a shit.
Actually
don't. I would take him on my roster in a second. That's all.
James' idea. New England travels to Miami. We all picked Miami in this one big. Thank God. See you, Belichick. It's like the Patriots are who everyone thought they were. I don't know how they beat the Bills the week before. But the Dolphins did they beat a team? No, they don't have a winning record, I guess. Never mind. Dolphins still haven't beat a team since last year has a winning record. So there is that. But they still do destroy all the teams they're supposed to destroy, and they score 1 billion points. Tyreek is still on pace for 1 billion yards. He had another touchdown in this game. Anything to add to this blowout city, G-Man?
Tyreek Hill is still on pace for over 2,000, and now also AJ Brown, by the way, after his 6 straight 125 plus yard games, is also on pace to break the record. Not quite 2,000, but got 2 guys with legitimate shots to break the yardage receiving record this year.
D-MYKE.
This guy texted me during that game.
God?
This Dame's character.
God texted you?
And
what did he say?
What did he say?
What did he say?
Mac Jones sucks again. I said, he never didn't.
He never didn't. Mac Jones or Zach Wilson? Mac Jones or Zach Wilson? Fucking pick.
This sucks. When I texted you, you weren't supposed to be on the show this week. No one's supposed to know my real thoughts on anything.
Yeah, and then we hear him just like the rest of us. Please. So
I was just about to say, Mac Jones wasn't the problem in this game.
He wasn't. He wasn't the problem.
He wasn't the whole problem.
Did he play this game? Did they take him out again and say, well, he's still a quarterback?
Yeah, 2 tutties. Yeah, I think about 170, 2 tutties and an interception. I mean, it wasn't his interception was stupid. That's when I texted. I was like,
he's dumb.
It's like you said though, Jails. They were able to beat the Bills or whatever last week because this league there is a lot of parity and there are 1 or 2, maybe sometimes 3 swing plays in every game that lead to what the final outcome is, and it's not like most of the time a team just beating a team on every play. But But yeah, Mac Jones, the sun shines on a dog's ass sometimes. But he is like probably his bottom 2 or 3 definitely quarterbacks in the league. If not the worst. Is he the worst?
No, Zach Wilson's way worse.
I did say that I can't tell you for sure if I would rather have, if I was on the Jets, I couldn't tell you for sure if I'd rather have Zach over Mac at quarterback.
What?
I can't tell you that for sure.
I feel like we literally had this debate last year with you on the fucking show. We need to go find last year's episode.
What about
this is coming back all the way around.
We weren't supposed to have to talk about Zach Wilson this year. That's the problem.
Yeah.
True.
Rodgers is out here throwing in a fucking pregame, running around now. Every week it's just like he just looks. I'm like,
that's how you know.
You know what? Put him out.
That's
there.
how you know Zach Wilson sucks.
Let's fucking do it.
Trying to rehab.
Christmas miracle
I'm out
game.
there next week.
Not a Halloween.
I want to see.
Like if this
happening. It's happening.
Rodgers is like, if this guy's competent, I could just wait till the playoffs. But fuck, I got to be ready by Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It was going to be a New Year's gift, but now, he's speeding this shit up. He's like, we better get there by Thanksgiving. Zach's barely beating the Giants with their third string quarterback. Speaking of, game of the week in this household anyway, Chima and Jas came over. It was going to be a grand time. We're like, we always have the rule, no major injuries to a good game. We don't want a bullshit call to end the game. Like, come on, like we know somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. I keep winning, and I keep winning. I mean, head-to-head matchups. The little sweet little victories I get for the Giants winning Super Bowls. I never get that, but at least I get this. And I'll start with this game because it was one of those games where the whole game I'm like, we're winning the time of possession. Their quarterback got hurt. Breece Hall's playing pretty well. Like, what are we doing? And then their defensive line played amazing. I mean, against our shitty line, they should have, right? Like, but we snuck out a win we shouldn't have got. When the Giants went down, when Gano Good went to kick his last field goal, I was like, there's no way we're getting a touchdown in 20 whatever seconds. And then he shanked it, and I was like, so you're saying there's a chance? And then Zach Wilson has done what no other quarterback has done since the year 2000, and he threw 2 25-yard passes in the last 20 or 30 seconds of a game to set up a game-tying or winning play. Fun fact for everyone. So there's another one for Zach. I'm putting on my side of Pro Zach.
Pro Zach. That is a great nickname for him.
James Mars, you want to add anything to this? We'll let G-Man Jazz.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
yeah, I do. Do you know what I was texting Dane during this game? Or what God was texting Dane during this game?
What?
D-MYKE? He was saying, I'm watching Red Zone, and the fucking New York game is so bad, they're not showing a single fucking play. Not a single play for like an hour. I'm like, is that game even happening? No one cares. I'm like, this is the most media scrutinized game in the entire world. These two teams have been nothing but primetime games, and I can't even see them.
It's our O-line. It was both of our O-lines. It was raining. Both of us are at our backup or third string quarterbacks. We're both on our backup. I was on my fourth center. I mean, people are out all over the place. We're not making excuses, but at some point, dude, my center hasn't snapped a ball since middle school, and he literally had to come in and say, "I'm in the rain," and then the first fucking one is like a fumble, the next one's a shotgun over here. It's like, can't make this shit up, and we still win, and people want to bitch. Where I'm just like,
I mean, honestly, we were texting each other that we hoped it was a tie because that would make this moment.
That would have been hilarious for this.
Hilarious
for this year. That would have been hilarious. But what I told you when you pointed out that they're not showing Red Zone like coverage of it, I was like, it's called the Red Zone channel for a reason. Like they show specifically when teams get into the red zone. I was like, that probably isn't happening.
That was my point. I mean, this game sucks so fucking bad. I can't even see one play of it.
I don't know how the fuck. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck you Seahawks fans got to go second on my own fucking game against the Jets, but I'm interrupting now.
Go for it.
Fuck's sakes, Jails. Okay, guys, the reason it wasn't in the fucking red zone is because it was a 50-yard touchdown, and other than that, 12 carries for 17 yards was Brees. 50-yard touchdown. That was it, outside the red zone. Then Danny, Tommy fucking DeVito ran one in, which might have been on the red zone channel. That's it. There was like 28 punts, 103 and outs, 54 sacks, and the Giants literally dominated the Jets, and the Jets literally dominated the Giants' offenses, and there's a downpour, and I next, which would be my third quarterback or the backup in that game, apparently can't throw, so he handed it off like 28 straight times, and should have won the game, guys. Should have had a chance at the Bills. Should have won this one. So the stupid thing is, our defense is playing fucking great, and we're incompetent when it comes to winning a game. So 4 in a row seems pretty lofty, but we're gonna stick to it. 6-6 at the bye. Let's fucking go. On to the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, we had so many, dude. Yeah, we had so many punts like sack, fumble. Who's going to turn it over? Gano Good, though, was my favorite. Graham Gano Good. Oh, my God.
That's why when he said overtime, I was like, oh, neither of these teams have been anywhere near the red zone all game long.
I don't know. I think a tie might have made me more sick than losing. At least there was just closure, and I could get the fuck out of there. I was just like, I'm gone. I'm out of here. See you guys. See ya.
Yeah. This is the first time I've heard from Jason Sunday.
It's like it was the longest like 2-hour drive at work. Everyone's like, what's wrong with you today? I'm like, shut the fuck up. I was going to be in my office.
He got beat by his brother. He got beat.
I'll be in my office all day. Fuck you.
You guys like the same team. I mean, that's kind of cool because then you can't, I mean, I like it.
If there was 2 teams in Seattle, we are brothers, but we would like the opposite teams. I can tell you that right now.
All right, we'll move from that punt fest.
I said, which one of you would like the one with more Super Bowls?
Who's the
at least I got that in my back.
Not me.
I'll root for the one with bigger tits. Whichever one has bigger tits, that's who I'm rooting for.
I mean, that sounds like a win. What about you at home? Who are you rooting for?
Who's your lingerie football team?
Yeah. Jacksonville goes to Pittsburgh, takes care of business. Jazz tries to sneak a win in.
I think, is this where I switched over?
Yep, you switched. You did the switch, dude.
Fucking shit.
Why'd you pick? Oh, yeah, Tomlin. You picked because of Tomlin. Why are we picking because of Gobo? Remember, each game we look at individually. We don't look at previous games to judge of how we're going to take the team.
Well, we say that right before we look at.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I did pick Carolina because they hadn't won. I'm like, they're desperate. They're going to be like, whatever. But anyway.
It was a good pick.
Pittsburgh.
Good pick because they won. That's it. Nothing else backs your play other than the win.
Right. Jacksonville deep.
So, yeah, dude, I see this team's won 5 in a row quietly. That's going to be hard for me to pick against them moving forward. I do think I'm really sad for Pittsburgh because I no longer have a hatred for them. Because I love, and I love Mike Tomlin. But they got to get a quarterback. Because I'm like, Pickett is not going to get you to the Super Bowl. He's kind of like a Geno Smith type of guy. He's not going to get you to the Super Bowl. But when you have Trubisky come in, you have zero chance. It's like zero chance.
A top 10 pick.
It doesn't matter. He's terrible. I would take Zach Wilson over Trubisky. I'll say that right now.
Pick it.
But their defense, dude, there's like I said, I watch the Giants, so I know when I see a good defensive players on a team, and Pittsburgh has a ton. It's not just Watt, dude. They're really good across the board. So if they can get a quarterback, I think they should just lose out and try and get a quarterback in this draft. Because if they got like a Penix type of guy, like late first round, early second round.
Oh, like Kenny Pickett?
I would actually like them.
Where'd they get Pickett in the second?
It doesn't matter. They picked the wrong guy.
Hey, he's going to be ready for Thursday night, so you watch out for that.
I hope so.
Speaking of young quarterbacks, D-MYKE, we'll let you start this game off. Atlanta at Tennessee. I don't know if you were able to catch
all 4 of the touchdown passes
to Hopkins.
three to Hopkins.
Yeah, 3 to Hopkins. He finally starts. What? What's going on there?
Wow, Will Levis. Why did it take so long for? I mean, it took an injury.
It all year.
It took an injury to get him there. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, what if you had kept that under wraps for like more than a year, and like injury hadn't forced your hand? Wouldn't you like to have known that you had that a lot?
Oh, you mean like Patty Mahomes having like 50 touchdowns his first year when Alex Smith played in front of him?
Yeah, exactly.
But Alex Smith, I mean, Tannehill, we've been calling for Tannehill for fucking weeks, man. This guy's just been sad. So I'm glad we're going to get to see it. I don't know, I mean, how much continued success, but at least he gives his guys an option and he's a big man and is willing to do some stuff. So
yeah, this is what I would say about that is like when we were making the picks for the next game that they play. Nobody had tape on him in the NFL. Now they do. You can't just expect that the guy's going to be Mahomes, right? And pass for like 4 touchdowns every game. That's unrealistic. So I would say keep your expectations in check. But that was a very promising.
Yeah, you're a Titans fan.
Dude, more realistic. He's a Matt Flynn. All right.
So, we all know the Matt Flynn.
So I want to, dude, trust me. I've been saying it since like week 2, and these guys have been right there in tow with me. Why is Tannehill in the game? We're like, he's clearly going to be out by halftime, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen this on the show all year.
Every week.
And I can't believe it took till week 8 for Mike to do this. I mean, this is not like a start Drew Lock thing.
But this is
like
their
legitimately. We've seen Tannehill. He's never been elite.
Right.
Never. And
all right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Right. And it's not like he's all of a sudden going to just get it. I mean, anyway, division game, G-Men, Philly, Washington. Everyone picked Philly. We picked them big. We were right. I think you talked about it earlier. A.J. Brown lit it up. They were on fire. Now they're going into a, division win. Big win. G-Men.
Yeah. This is probably where Sam Howell shows he's just a little better than Zach Wilson. And they still lose. But fire sale after the loss, getting rid of 2 DNs. Like Dame said, they play them next, and the Giants play them in a couple weeks after that. So I don't expect them to win too many more games, and they're probably tanking to get a quarterback because Bieniemy probably is like, yeah, I inherited this guy. I want my own fucking guy. Proof that I can develop him. So I know my style. Let's go out and get it. So we'll see what happens, but Philly's rolling. Looks like the best team in the NFC going forward until someone proves it otherwise. Jalen Hurts doesn't really lose regular season games, so fun.
Except against the Jets last week. Dames.
Wow. Can't believe you had enough time to put that in there. I can actually. Go fuck yourself. But here's the thing. I said last week, I watched Philly. Their running back is great. They got obviously a dominant wide receiver, but I never see them as a team that's just like impressive. And I said, here's your chance. Go out and roll this really bad Washington team, and I'll believe in you. And it took a fourth quarter. I mean, we all knew they were going to win. We were all texting. We were texting my cousin Warren. Hey, Warren.
What's up, Warren?
Was like,
John Maynard.
The Eagles are going to win. I'm like, well, we know that, but that's not the point. The point is like, they should be like thrown on their neck of this team. and it's just not impressive to me. Like, even a comeback win is not impressive to me. So 38 points is good. Yeah. I guess I'm still waiting to see like this can't be beat Eagles team. And I think they can be beat. That's all I'm saying. Like, I get hurts as hurts.
Hurts is hurt.
I mean,
D-Mike, what's your thoughts on the Eagles this year? We haven't heard from you. You know, you're here, Neil. What do you think?
Any team can be beat. I don't think anybody's saying nobody can be beat. People were saying that about the 49ers, actually. But then the last 3 weeks have proven that
they suck. Well, they don't suck.
Even the mighty can fall from grace. So they're not impenetrable, but they're right now the best overall product on the field in the NFL from week to week. And I say that because they've had a decently difficult schedule. And I mean, not counting this last game, that doesn't count. But unlike the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs have played like a pretty weak schedule. And to be honest with you, I'm like turn it over because we always get the Chiefs games on regular network here. I'm like, which crappy team are they playing this week? And the Eagles, like I always see them and playing in prime time, and yeah, against good competition like the Dolphins, just beating the crap out of them.
Right.
All right. Games and D-Mike. Cleveland coming to town. We all took Seattle except Gobo, and he's not here to talk shit to.
That's probably why he's not here, actually.
Yeah, that's actually why he's like, my wife went into labor.
So, all right. I look forward to games like this. I want teams when they're at their height. I would have loved it if Watson was playing. We didn't get Watson. But you know, we're never going to roll somebody over, just spank them and do everything perfect. And I don't know that that's what I want. You know how I always talk about how the Chiefs look like they're just fucking around and giving themselves challenges to try and come back. We're not trying to do that, but we're inadvertently ending up in these situations where the game's on the line and we have to do something, and just battle tests your team along the way. And I think, do I want to go undefeated the rest of the season? I do not. I think that team chemistry is so important, and I think you learn more from losses, big losses, than you do wins. So somewhere along the line here, I don't want it to be against the Niners, but I think this team could absorb a loss. I don't want it to be Baltimore. I don't want it to be any one game in particular. I'm just saying somewhere along the way, if we win undefeated, say, I think it's a first round exit in the playoffs, because you're just not tested and you don't know how to bounce back from things. So I'm looking at Jess right now. I'm thinking, if you guys won the next 4 and you were 6-6 at that time, like, these losses would have been what helped you get there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking sick of it. Now they're trading guys off our team. Come on. Let's do it. You know what I mean? So this was one of those games that kind of felt like a loss, even though we won. And then everybody's like, oh, Gino, 2 picks. I'm like, that's the defense gave up 20 points. I mean, those are mistakes too. You know, it's like, but the only reason you guys won is because Julian Love. No, he made a play. He did what you were supposed to do in that moment. And then took him down the field and did what he's supposed to do. Why does it count when the defense does it, but then when the offense does it, just because he made mistakes earlier in the game and the defense didn't by giving up 20 points? I'm like, come on, you guys, get with the program. This is football. Like, can't you just be happy that we won and that your quarterback that you've been saying is not the guy for big moments, he can't get it done at the end of the game, just had a brilliant drive to get it done? I loved this game. I loved this game. It was a character building game. We came out of it with no injuries, and then we added a guy on top of it this week. I'm stoked. D-MYKE.
Pride's a bitch. I mean, that's pretty much what that is. D-MYKE.
If I had been on the show last week, I would have had to flip a coin on this game because I honestly didn't know. I was very impressed by the Browns taking down the 49ers, obviously. That defense has been lights out for them. But at the same time, I knew that their offense is just run heavy, and we've been very good at stopping the run. Granted, I think this is probably our weakest game against the run all year, because the team just kept running the ball, and then when they weren't, they were throwing screen passes that we couldn't stop. But luckily, the offense came out rolling, and you don't have to have an amazing offensive performance all 4 quarters of a game. Sometimes you can do the Iowa thing and score really quick and then just defend that lead the whole rest of the game. Now, the caveat here is we actually gave it up in the 4th quarter and then had to come back on offense, which Iowa would never be able to accomplish.
Yeah. Right.
But Seattle, they just looked like that first quarter team again when they knew they had one more chance with 2 minutes left on offense. And so the coin flip game, it truly was almost like a coin flip result, because either team had a chance to win that in the last 2 minutes. And the good team came out ahead.
Uniforms, man. Woo!
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Sexy.
Bro, I love,
Beautiful.
Sexy.
Dude, yeah. DK and those unis were awesome. Good job, NFL. If you're doing something, I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Baltimore went to Arizona.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think we have I have a sad truth for Seattle fans that don't see this way, but names, you talk about these fans and how they'll justify one thing any way they can to go against the offense, specifically Geno Smith. And I could see you guys say you put a run together and you win a Super Bowl. Go to a Super Bowl, Geno, win a Super Bowl. The narrative will still be that's the greatest game, that's the greatest defense we've ever seen.
Yep.
That's
right. You're right.
Whatever happens in the game, unless Geno literally just dominates, I mean, it'd be hard to say something. It'd be hard to say. It would be hard, but the narrative can be twisted where there will still be people not giving Geno credit if you win a Super Bowl. So just get over it. Just get over
game
it.
Manager.
Just get over it, Dan.
I love that you said that, because here's a stat line for you: 350 yards, 35 of 41, 4 touchdowns. Seahawks win the Super Bowl 28-7. They only made the Super Bowl because of their defense.
Yeah,
that's what it would be. You're absolutely right. And they'd be like, "Who are we drafting to replace him?"
We just won the Super Bowl. Who the fuck we drafted a quarterback? Love it. Jails, move it on, Jails.
Arizona at home, Baltimore, who debatably might be the best team in the league right now. If you had to pick one team who's kind of on the rise, can score a lot of points, can play decent enough defense. They went into Arizona and handled it just enough to get the Cardinals to trade away their quarterback. Well, probably has Kyler Murray's back, but G-Man, you got anything to add to this game?
Kyler won't be back for at least one game, so they will be playing, I believe, Clayton Kuhn, a rookie, against that Brown defense and Myles Garrett. So that'll be fun to watch. But yeah, Baltimore's playing really good right now, and I don't think anyone would, wants to play them if they want to get a sure win. So,
James,
I do want to play them, but yeah, no, this game, it's another tale of what I was saying, dude. Lamar is in full Lamar. His numbers weren't that sexy this week, but his play was. You can only get so much from the numbers, but if you go back and watch what he actually did to get those numbers, he's a stud, dude. The team's they're backing him up too. So Good win down in the desert. They came out healthy, so we'll see what happens. But good game.
D-MYKE, anything to add to this?
I definitely wanted the Ravens to win and not be coming off of a loss facing Seattle. But Josh Dobbs was doing pretty serviceably until he started dobbing late in the game. By dobbing, it's throwing interceptions when you're in the team's red zone once they get the ball, basically, once they pick it off from you. So he gave them the ball at like the 15 and 10 or something crazy like that. 2 different interceptions. And the game still was only like a 7-point game, though. So despite what they did to the Lions, I still think we could beat the Ravens. You know, they still look beatable, and you want to play a team that's coming in on a big streak like that, because streaks have to come to an end eventually. So, but Dobbs, I give him 2 games, and then he's the Vikings starter. But you said he's not starting. That rookie quarterback from BYU for them sucks.
Well, I think he's just not starting me, I would assume, because of the playbook. So, I mean, yeah, 1 week. I've given it 1 week, man. I'm giving it 1 week. Halftime, I don't know. Yeah, this guy could be that bad where, who knows what he's getting in.
And McConnell's, can you run this, and this? Sure. All right, let's go. Vanilla offense it. Chiefs, with Mahomes pooping his pants, apparently, pregame, lose to Denver. Probably one of the biggest shocking what's wrong with the Chiefs, I would say. What's wrong with the Chiefs?
If the Chiefs had won that, would we have heard jack shit about the shit coming out of Mahomes' butt during the game? Would we have heard anything about it?
Would it be like the Jordan?
He'd be like on hero level.
Right.
And they would have won 17 in a row against the division rival.
He's already on superhero level names. It's Mahomes.
Did you guys see that they're like showing stats now about like what Kelsey's numbers are when Taylor Swift's in attendance versus not in attendance? Yeah. Obviously, she was not there for that shit show.
Right. Dude, no pun intended. Also,
definitely intended.
Also,
Denver played death threats, dude.
Denver played
no pun intended
through the stadium after right at the end of the game. They started playing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Dude, everyone's gonna be trolling the cheat like. Brought it on yourself, WWE. I mean, NFHell.
And then I heard, hold on now. I also heard that Kelsey is already talking about wanting kids with Taylor Swift. I'm like, how long has this been going on? Like, what planet are we on?
I'm assuming she hasn't even given it up yet. So that's a big swing.
That's a conversation. He's like, you think they've had sex yet? I'm like... Come on, dude.
No.
He still thinks no.
I don't think so.
I mean, the other question is, whatever. No, we're not going to get into the T Swift. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we are.
We are?
Look.
Yeah.
We're already in it.
Fuck Taylor Lautner, and you're going to make me wait? No. Nope.
Yeah, it's happened. Let's move on.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
How long do you think it lasted, Jess?
When you're in really good shape, you can make it last pretty long compared to, when you're just, a bum in your basement all the time.
It's like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think it was slow. It was probably pretty swift. Pun intended.
Oh, you're off the show. You're never coming out here again.
Gobo, please.
Cracker, suit up.
Yeah, suit up.
Crackers game.
All right. The next game at San Fran. I'm the lone chooser of the winning team, the Bengals. Joe Burrow coming off a bye in mid/late season form. He is healed up and ready to go. And Purdy, what happened? What, Dames, you're shaking your head? No?
This makes me so mad because the minute that game started, I knew it was going to be the Bengals. And I'm like, why did I pick the fucking Niners, dude?
Yeah, why would you pick the Niners?
The only reason because I was like, they can't lose 3 in a row, dude. That was the only reason. That was legitimately the only reason. And I was like,
I get it.
It's in San Francisco.
Home game.
There's no way they're going to lose 3 in a row. I know that the Bengals are good, but this, dude, I think we've been doing this show for 2 years now, but we've been talking about this for 3 years. That Joe Burrow is. We talked about it at the beginning of last season, how slow starter he was.
Yeah.
Every time.
And now we're just like, was it injury, dude? By week 6, 7, 8, he's going to be top form. I don't know why he can't get it before that, but being in that division up to this point, it's been enough for him to turn it on now and for them to get there. But to me, they're the scariest team in the league right now. When they're firing on all cylinders like that, because they got some dogs on defense too. They got a double threat at wide receiver, a kick-ass running back, and a quarterback who's just lights out.
Cool.
Lights out, dude.
Cool. So cool.
So yeah. Wow. I'm happy that they won, but I'm sad that I didn't think that they could do it.
So is Debo, this is the question, I guess, for NFL listeners, is Debo the reason, D-MYKE, that Purdy is on this slide? More than that? What is it?
No, he's still got more weapons than most quarterbacks on a good day, dude. Like, you got Christian McCaffrey still. You got George freaking Kittle. Like, if you only had those two people,
Brandon, are you
throw to? Like, you're doing very well.
Right.
He's just in a funk. Like, dude, he was. There's people have tape on him now, lots of tape, and he was the last person picked in the fucking draft. Okay, he wasn't like scouted as elite NFL quarterback talent. He's played well beyond what anybody's ever expected of him, but like to expect him to never lose a regular season game or like have a losing streak is unrealistic for, like, there's only one Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying?
It almost seems like San Francisco got so comfortable and believed in him so fast that they almost started asking him to do more than he did to get to this point. And it's like, back to basics, like you're saying. You got these weapons, get it to him in space, short little passes, and I don't know. We'll see what happens, but 3 in a row was a shock. Now they got to buy to fix it. So we'll see what the week 10 brings.
They're more concerned with their defense because that's what they've been busy upgrading leading up to the trade deadline.
I have a bold prediction about the Niners. I think Sam Darnold's the quarterback before this season's over. And not because I've heard Kyle Shanahan talk about how much
that is a bold
Very
prediction.
bold.
But here's the thing. You guys said watch the tape on him. He almost had 5 picks. Okay. And if you watch every single one of those picks, you don't know how to get to somebody until somebody gets to him. Right. So he played however many games without somebody fucking finding this mistake. But usually when you're blitzing, it's coming from outside or a middle guy. This is what this tape revealed about Brock Purdy. He ain't the tallest guy in the world. He's got small hands. If you come up the middle against him and you get through, and then you keep a guy coming in the middle, like a linebacker, or bring up a safety in the middle, he's throwing to the middle. Every time. And you can get your pick. That's how people are going to undo this kid, is pressure up the middle, because he's not running out. He only runs away if somebody's coming at him from one side or the other.
There was one of his interceptions was him running to the right. He was near the right sideline. Dude, like, is right in front of his face, like bats it, and then like
that was stupid because it's a touchdown. If you get it over his head, it's a touchdown.
That was in the red zone.
He was like, his momentum took him like right out of bounds, but it was clearly like pick 6 if he had been like at a slightly different angle.
Yeah.
And you would think that the 49ers can make some adjustments if everyone knows that up the middle is this. Why? I mean, you got to have some quick outlets outside that you just dump it off to instead of throwing it over the middle, but maybe not. We'll see.
Well, yeah.
Sam Darnold.
like we were saying, is you get all this film on him now, and you say, dink and dunk. Well, it's like if they just put a bunch of men up there, they know that's what he's doing. You ain't gonna beat us deep. Who are you throwing it to? Beat us, So I feel like maybe they do have this, like I say, a lot of film. NFL teams are smart. They're up studying that stuff. All right, the Bears go into LA and lose. First play of the game, I'm going to start off with bullshit.
but you're like, no.
Yeah, you're like, what? He throws it to a guy, touchdown, and they call it like. Did you guys see the play? If you didn't see the play at home, this Division II guy throws it to Mooney. He dives, catches it, isn't touched, gets up, starts running. The ref is like running, and the guy comes over, and then all of a sudden they just blow the whistle. Like,
yeah, it was weird as fuck. Yeah, I saw that.
And everybody's like, why did they blow the whistle? Because no one blew. Anyway.
Yes. I know why. They were like, wait, are the Bears making a good play? We cannot allow this.
Yeah, you're like, no, is this on the script?
But the weird thing was, why didn't Mooney just run to the end zone? Like, I feel like he was like all of a sudden started looking around, and then they blew the whistle or something. Like, what the? They wait for his reaction? Like he thought he was touched. It was weird.
I know. And then this Division II kid, you think is going to be no, not Fields is good, but he's better than that kid. So does Fields come back this week?
I have a question.
We thought they were.
Yes.
Dane's eating meat coins.
Oh yeah, how are those meat coins?
Just meat coins? Like matzo balls out of matzo ball soup. What is that? This is like 2 weeks in a row now. I've been like, whatever you're eating, I want to eat it.
It's like a stuffed olive.
What is it?
No, it's I do a frozen fruit mix with orange juice and grapefruit juice, and then it thaws out during the show, and then I'm eating chunks of frozen fruit like strawberries and mangoes and pineapple, and it's really good. It's really good.
It looks delicious. I got lemonade. That's it.
So the Chargers, they actually won. They were supposed to against the Bears.
All right.
No big thing there. We all picked them. We also picked the Monday night game. Garoppolo looked like Garoppolo. Detroit going into their bye. Wow, they're on a streak, man. They look tough to beat.
So five. What is it? 5 games Garoppolo's played now. They compared his first 5 games against Jamarcus Russell's first 5 games, and Garoppolo's markedly worse.
What?
Yeah. Like,
not even possible?
7 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 16 sacks. It's bad, dude.
Oh, wow. And yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, like, Devontae Adams could have had a 98-yard touchdown. He blew those guys, and Garoppolo throws it out of bounds. And then later, I think it would have been like another long one.
Yeah.
And and Adams is just frustrated, obviously, and he didn't get traded. So it's going to be a long rest of the season.
He was on the sideline. He went over through his helmet. He's like, what the fuck? And I was just like, I guarantee in his brain, he's like, why did I come here? Why did I come here? Derek, you came there. You had Aaron Rodgers and you left him to go to Derek Carr. I'm like, did anybody in your family or like your friends be like, hey, bro, no.
This isn't Fresno State. He's not going to throw 50 touchdowns. He's not even going to
Joe Burrow to chase. Fun fact, we were talking about football this week. Harbaugh, who used to play in the league, actually has more rushing yards in his career than Bo Jackson. A Raider stat for all of you listeners out there. Sam, thanks for the lead on that. That's crazy. If you followed Bo Jackson back in the day, I think you would have that beat. Anyway,
Bo Jackson has way better rookie cards, though.
Yeah, and
And I mean, Harbaugh's best season was 331 yards, and I think Bo had like a 200-yard game. So I mean, yeah, it's one of those weird freak stats, the hip injury.
Right. So to end the week, I won the week, because the Jets beat the Giants. I also went 12-4 to bring my record to 68-54. Dame's second best record of the week, 11-5, 71-51 overall. G-Man, Jas, and Gobo both finished 9-7. Jas drops down to second place at 70 and 52. Gobo is now at 67 and 55. In last, I bumped up over him. So just like I said, I won 4 games a week, 4-12. It's the NFL, man. It's NFL.
It's all about protection. It's all about protecting the lead now, ladies.
It's all about protecting the pieces. And so that brings us to our next segment of the show, is where we pick all of the games down below. It's timestamp week 9. Let's get started. Thursday night football. D-MYKE, as the guest, we're going to let you start this off with the rookie quarterback, I believe, starting again, going into Pittsburgh after Pittsburgh comes off, from a loss. So, who you take?
Tennessee.
From Tennessee.
Is that what I said?
No.
Didn't say anything.
You can tell me the teams. But
Oh, yeah, Tennessee. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, you don't have these in front of you. My bad. I'm used to go. Yeah, Tennessee at Pittsburgh. Tennessee at Pittsburgh.
remember what I said about making a measured prediction from week to week, and you said it yourself, not based on what they did last week. This is game 2. He's gonna have TJ Watt flying at his face in an unfriendly environment, and it's a night game. Prime time. Is he prime time Levis, or is he rookie quarterback making his second start and it's on the road Will Levis? I think we're getting the latter, and he's going to have 2 touchdowns instead of 4. But it's not going to be enough because he's going to throw a pick 6 and they lose by a touchdown. Steelers by 7.
What you got for a score?
Oh, I have to give an exact score. This is bullshit.
This is new for this year. This is new for this year.
I got 3 exact. I got 3 exact predictions. Try to join the club because they ain't nobody else.
24-17.
All right, Pittsburgh 24-17. And you know what? There, D-MYKE, I'm going to join you. I'm taking Pittsburgh as well at home. They just came off a loss. I'm going to go again. I'm not going week to week. I just think that Tennessee, they got film now. Pittsburgh has film. Their defense is a lot better. I'm taking Pittsburgh at home in a bounce back win. I'm going to take them actually 28-9. G-Men.
Guys, I also agree with you, and think, being a rookie, extra couple days would have done wonders for this game, and maybe he'd have a lot better chance to beat Pittsburgh. But on the short week, no prep basically compared to what he would get on a normal week. And like you said, TJ Watt, Pittsburgh lost, and there's always a chance because it's the NFL, but not this week. Not this week.
Score, G-Men?
6-20.
Pittsburgh winning. All right.
Pittsburgh winning.
Okay. So, Danny's Marms, last but not
Got
least.
3 on Pittsburgh and none on Tennessee, huh?
You want to do it.
Stroke that beard for the answer.
This is all about protection, folks. I am in the lead right now.
Oh, here the strategy is changing.
Somewhat responsible.
Changes.
It's not even halfway through the season, bro.
Yeah, it's not even that.
Pittsburgh is at home. If Will Levis is not starting, you fire Mike Vrabel Friday morning. Fire him Friday morning, because that is unacceptable at this point. You know what, you guys? I don't like to do this because the kid needs more time than just 1 week to prep for a team like Pittsburgh. But I'm going Tennessee. And I'm going Tennessee 21-24.
That's a calm and collected huge mistake that you just made.
Yeah. All right, well,
we shall see.
G-Man Jash, you're back in the lead after the Thursday night game. Wow.
Enjoy your 2-3 days lead.
This doesn't come out till Wednesday. So yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. All right. Maybe one of the best games of the week. Hopefully, you know, as long as Mahomes isn't pooping his pants. I'm assuming T Swift is going to be at this game in KC, where
it's not in
in Germany.
It's in
this one's in Germany.
Germany.
Finally, this is the Germany. Oh, okay, my bad. Well, maybe is T Swift going to be at this game? I mean, why wouldn't you go to Germany?
He's on tour, dude.
Not yet.
Yes.
2024 is when I have tickets to.
She tours when you're not going to the shows too.
She does?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That show.
Not your basement show, Jails.
All right. Anyway, who you got? Dames, who you got? We're starting with you this time.
Gosh.
Shucks.
I'm gonna take Miami, dude. I'm gonna take Miami, just because that's what I want to happen. I want them to go in there and just house them. So I'm gonna say 31-27.
D-MYKE.
Wow. So Patty Mahomes has been shitting his pants, and now they're gonna make him go to Germany and eat like fucking bratwurst or something. Like his stomach is gonna be way upset, man. Travis Kelce's gonna spend way too much time in the beer halls around where are they, Frankfurt or Munich, or where is this shit show taking place?
Gobo usually is on this. He's not here. We'll use that as our excuse.
Like I was saying, the Chiefs haven't played very many good teams, and the Dolphins haven't beaten any good teams. So here we're at a crossroads, and I have to agree that the Dolphins are going to win, and it's going to be a score of 30-27.
All right, I am going to go ahead and go next. I am going to say the Chiefs rarely lose 2 in a row. The Dolphins haven't beat a team with a winning record since week 5 of last year. I am going to take the Chiefs bounce back game overseas. They're there to show off to the fans that never get to see football. Mahomes is going to put on a show. The Dolphins defense is sus. 35-26 KC.
Who's going to get all their points? Kelce?
Yeah.
They have no threats.
If Swift is there.
I mean, the thing is he's been doing it all year. It's fine. They're fine. The Dolphins can't stop a nosebleed. G-Man.
I mean, Chiefs win Super Bowls with just Kelce, so I don't see a problem unless Travis is hurt. And to Jails' point, it's hard to beat Mahomes twice in a row. He's got that psycho competitive spirit where he's going to be zoned in for this one. And I don't know. Does Jalen Ramsey follow someone around? Maybe he can shadow Kelce and Miami has a chance. But I got Kansas City 36, Miami 26. Tyreek against his old team for the first time. That'll be a pretty good showdown. We'll see what he does for revenge.
202.
202.
Oh, 202.
Oh,
okay.
Just 200. Yeah. Just 200. Gotcha.
All right, make sure you let us know picks at home, down below. Tell us who you got. Thanks for tuning in. This is I want to start this one, and I don't even have a coin, but I feel like I'm going to do a coin flip on this. Minnesota, Atlanta, Block 22. Let's do it, Dames. Home team is Atlanta, so if it lands with Block 22.
Block 22, it's Atlanta. All right, here you go.
Blank.
What's
Minnesota.
Blank? I'm taking Minnesota in a 15-12 game, low scoring. Offenses can't do shit. I I would have said Atlanta if I would have
BYU. You're putting all your money on BYU. I'm just letting you know that.
I mean, I do that every week.
They're likely running a spread offense for this.
I mean, here's the thing: is like we also think Levis would come in and just throw 4 touchdowns? No, we didn't.
Yeah, but
D2 quarterback, the Bears won last week.
Is the truth. Desmond Ritter's coming into his own. I guess I'm going now.
I think Ritter might not be playing.
What?
Yeah.
Ritter's
Heineke.
Oh well, either way. I mean, Heineke's got at least some experience.
The games I think
home.
You're taking Atlanta.
I'm taking Atlanta.
What do you got?
12.
Just because they're at home, pretty much, or what?
Well, because dude, without Kirk Cousins, I don't think they have anything at this point.
Addison
prove otherwise.
They'll have a chance. G-Man, who you got?
I mean, yeah, they got Addison, rookie receiver, who has 7 touchdowns as a receiver already. I mean, he keeps that pace, which he's probably not with Cousins out. Maybe the guy throws to him more because he sucks and he just hyper targets him. We won't know, but I still have Atlanta at home 21-17. Think Atlanta's probably not good enough to really blow out anyone. So I think it'll be a close game, and it always comes down to the end in those. And can this rookie out of BYU, Dame says, do a Levis from last week and start 1-0? Time will tell.
D-MYKE, who you got?
22-10, Hotlanta. Who wants to watch this game?
No one.
Everybody. That's why the NFL is so good. Like, we should not care about this game at all. But I'd watch it if it was like the only game.
Yeah. If it's still the only game on, you're going to watch it. Yeah.
So can I tell you guys what I do? When I look at
watch Red Zone. I'll watch Red Zone.
When I look at the schedule every week, I'm like, I have a note that's like, what am I watching for in this game? And like for this particular game, I put more Bijan
and weak ass quarterbacks.
And I put BYU. So I'm like, oh yeah. When I'm watching those games or parts of those games, as it were, those are the things that I focus on. So I've done this with New York Giants. I'm like, watch the defensive line. One game, I like watch the corners. It's dude, when you're watching football and it's more than just like following the ball, it's so much more enjoyable. And you can do that when it's not your team. It's way easier to watch trenches play. But when you're watching your team, you follow the ball. And that's totally cool. That's why I always watch our games at least twice, because I can go back and be like, what really happened? But I always mark this down, and then I go and I'm like, I watch the Browns. I watch Myles Garrett like 2 weeks in a row. I'm just like, no, they're coming to Seattle. No.
Right. And speaking of Seattle,
oh yeah,
D-MYKE games, Mars, Baltimore. At Baltimore. You guys going to this game? You flying out? You should fly after this game. Go to Baltimore, road game. Get out of here. It's cold.
By a couple weeks.
Unfortunately, I was in Baltimore like 3 weeks ago.
Unfortunately.
You run into Ray Lewis? Oh no, you're still alive.
Dude, that joke killed.
Dude. D-MYKE, who you got? Let's hear your Seahawks take. Hot take.
All right. I told you the Seahawks game would have been a coin flip for me last week. This one's a coin flip for me this week. So, Mr. Coin Master, I don't know what to make of it, because I saw that you can stop Lamar. He can be stopped. Like, they didn't score. They scored 2 touchdowns because of red zone turnovers handed to them by Josh Dobbs. And they wound up with like 31 or something like that. I'm like, I feel like we could score enough points on their defense. So it's just a matter of stopping Lamar. And if they have the right scheme, I don't know. There's good teams that haven't been able to do it. Detroit certainly could not. So that's why I'm like, do they have what it takes? And I'd feel a lot more confident if this was in Seattle, even though we've proven we can get beaten badly there too. Week 1 Rams. But I have to coin toss it.
All right. Baltimore.
Did you see that?
What was it? It's Baltimore?
No.
Is that what that was?
Seattle.
Okay.
Score?
Seattle. What's their score?
What's your score? What's your score?
Seattle winning, it's gonna have to be like 31-28.
31-28.
Late field goal by Myers. From 54 yards.
All right. Here's my quick shot analysis. Over the last 5 games, Seattle's given up an average of 12 points, no more than 20. So the fact he's got 28, I don't see them getting there. I think at best, the Baltimore score, I'll give them 24. I'm going to give us, I'll go 31. I'll go 31. I'm going to go Seattle 31-24. And I don't even think that Baltimore's going to score that much.
So that will be the Ravens repeating the score of last week, but being on the losing end this time.
Yeah, I like that too.
Irony.
Am I confident in that? I'm not, dude. Because I'm still like, even though 5 games is a pretty large sample, this is why I want to play the elite teams, because I don't want people to be like, they haven't played anybody. Like that's weak, dude. When you go through a season and you're like 12-4 or 12-5, it's like, yeah, but you only played one good team. You only beat one good team. Dude, we look at this schedule. We're gonna have to go through a gauntlet, man. Like, it's coming, and it started this last week with the Browns. They're not bad. They're a good team. This team is better, and let's have it. I can't wait to watch this game.
I love that NFHell is NFHell, because last year I just remember Danes being like, oh, I just want to get through the season. I don't want to make the playoffs. I want to do this. Now this year it's like your hopes are like, we can beat Baltimore. We can hang with these teams. And I'm going to be the bearer of bad news and saying Baltimore at home, they're trending upwards. Your defense is good. Again, your offense will be, can it keep up with Lamar? And I know you've only averaged so many points a game, but that's not against Lamar Jackson. So I'm going to say Baltimore 31-17. Obviously, I want the Seahawks to win, but I just think at Baltimore, I think they keep rolling 31-17. G-Man.
Guys, I went with every single home team this week besides the Giants at Las Vegas, which means I'm picking Baltimore 27-17. 2 really good teams. Seattle's defense is good, and I think it will be a really good game. But try to gain one on Dames, because I know I'm behind, so I don't think anyone wins the rest of their games this year, and it's going to be one that Seattle loses, and it doesn't really affect standings too much because it's an AFC team. But good luck.
Right, I'm excited to see this too. Yeah, we'll see where you're at. Let's see where you're at.
Dude, I'm not like upset at you guys making picks, because I'm going to come back here next week, especially if we win. I'm going to be like, how long are you guys going to do this? How long are you going to do this?
Are you going to be on the?
No, but I could also come back next week and be like, fair play, gentlemen. You know?
Hey, I picked Seattle last week, so I mean, you know, the average or lesser teams for sure, but we'll see.
All right.
I mean, if you look at the quarterback matchup in this game, and like you start there, you're picking Lamar 100 times out of 100. obviously. But I've
Running
also
backs,
this
Seattle.
is something. Yeah, this is something that I argue with.
Wide receivers, Seattle.
They're like, Gino is he's mediocre at best, and I'm like, dude, you could have said he's mediocre and then left it at that, and I don't have an argument. But when you say
Tight end Ravens
mediocre at best, he was a top 5 quarterback in the NFL last year statistically. Somewhere along the line, he was playing elite. So if you're telling me at best he's mediocre, I can't even have a conversation with you, because clearly when he's at his best, he is far above mediocre.
right.
And when he's at his worst, he's getting punched over $600 in the locker room.
Get off my team.
And that will never go away, no matter where he goes.
I know, like, what the? Arizona, Cleveland. I'll start this one off. I think Cleveland's defense is way too much for this offense of Arizona now that has no one. I think they go to Arizona. Arizona comes to Cleveland. Their defense takes care of business. 35-10. I think Cleveland runs the ball. They control the game. I think they're going to get a couple, maybe one or two defensive scores.
You're picking Arizona?
No, I'm picking Cleveland.
But you don't pick the Browns.
I am right.
Oh.
John's not playing. He's not playing anymore.
He might be playing.
He's playing?
He might be playing, yes. Look at you.
He's fine.
Look at you. Now you want to try to squeak one out by us, huh?
Yeah.
Jess, God bless you, sir. Hey, you
You're
should
right.
talk
You're
about
right.
the Jets-Giants
I'm a
game.
man of my word.
Now it's
I'm a
coming
man of
back
my
on
word.
you.
Fuck the Browns. Fuck Deshaun. You're right. Arizona is going to squeak one out in a low-scoring affair. 13-10. 13-10. Arizona.
Why would you pick Arizona, you jackass?
Who's their quarterback now?
Who cares?
Who's it going to be?
Clayton Tune, bro.
Oh, is that a first career start?
Second.
Yes.
He played.
Oh, he
I think
played.
it's a second. I think it's a second.
Did he?
Week 1 or 2.
Is it Al Tune's son?
T-U-N-E.
Yeah,
like not
like Playa, not Car.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Name that tune.
Games.
He's Clayton.
Dames, who you got? We already know who
picking.
Well, I'm going to take Cleveland, obviously. They are still the number 1 or 2 defense in the NFL, even after last week. And I just think Arizona keeps getting worse. So I'm going to go Cleveland 30, Arizona 16.
Team.
Well, I had Cleveland with 30 as well, and I have Arizona with 0. Clayton Tune is in for a rude awakening from Myles Garrett and company. And I'm just, for pretty much every reason you said, Jails, before you were forced to pick the other team. So Cleveland with a win at home. That's all I got.
D-MYKE.
When he emerged from the birthing canal some 23 years ago, the doctor said to his parents, "Name that tune." And they said, "Clayton." And from that point forward, he was doomed to never win an NFL game. He's beaten the odds just getting to play in it and start it, but he's not going to win it. But he is going to score, so I think you're wrong there. Either he scores or the defense scores or something, because they're going to find a way towards 9 points, but they will lose.
Oh, that's 3 field goals.
They'll lose 17-9.
Or a touchdown and a missed extra point in a field goal.
Exactly.
So hold on, Dave. I 17.
There's lots of ways to get to 9. Touchdown and safety.
Cleveland scored 20 against us with their backup quarterback. And you're saying 17? You're sticking with 17.
Yes, because he isn't going to turn the ball over. They're not going to give him that authority. The Ravens scored a couple touchdowns on the Cardinals because of the defense being put in a terrible position. So, plus it's not last week; it's this week, for real.
Yes,
new week for everybody.
A new week for everyone. Go Cards!
60 minutes against their defense and ours.
All right, if Gobo was here, this would be his game. So we're going to give it over to D-MYKE, even though you have no relevance to the Packers. It's the Rams coming to town. It's your division. Do the Rams come in and get a win in Green Bay, or does the Pack attack bounce back?
Puka Nacua does the Lambeau leap into the arms of Rams fans 2 times. The Rams win by a score of 27-14.
James Morris.
Rams fans don't even exist in LA, and you somehow think they're going to be in there in Green Bay.
They're coming up from St. Louis. There's more Rams fans in Missouri, and it's closer.
Oh, what? That is
all right. So, all right. Is Matthew Stafford going to the IR or not?
I think he's day to day with the thumb.
He's playing, dude. He's playing.
I still think I don't think it matters. I think they resurrect Baker Mayfield or whatever and have them come in and still beat Green Bay, who's just. This is Green Bay's season, to be honest with you. LA is already kind of checked out. This game is the Who Gives a Shit Bowl for this week. Like my first one, legitimately. I'm like, what I have marked on here to watch is Green Bay's defense and Jordan Love again. I already know what we've seen in Jordan Love. He can't throw beyond 10 yards. He just can't. And when his wide receivers are dropping passes all over the place, it's gross. Matthew Stafford with a clean pocket he can torch anybody, and he's got good receivers across the board. Everyone's healthy there. Their defense is sus, but it doesn't matter against Jordan Love. So I got LA 21-19.
G-Man.
Guys, this reminds me of the Carolina game last week. For some reason, I feel like Green Bay is just going to finally put one together and get a win at home against the Rams with maybe Stafford, maybe not. Maybe his thumb hurts, maybe it doesn't. Puka, Tutu, Cup, I don't know what's going to happen, but they can all score, but Packers win 24-23 in a close one, and everyone is like, how did that happen? How did that happen?
I would love that. I would love all of that.
And then Green Bay suddenly thinks that
I would even relinquish my lead. I would relinquish my lead in this for that to happen.
Right.
Exactly as you said it.
Tampa Bay, Houston. The Bucks, who I kept picking for a whole bunch of times. Now they're going to Houston, who just comes off a loss to Carolina. This is a tough one. Dames, who are you going with in this one? I want to hear your
first.
You know what?
I will. Yeah.
You will.
Prepared. All right, let's think through this. Watch quarterbacks. Watch running backs. Watch wide receivers. That's what I have for all three on both sides. Apparently, I don't care about defense. So I don't think it's going to come down to that. Neither one of these teams are really impressive in that category, but neither one are bottom of the barrel. I would like to see. Oh man, I'm going to go Tampa Bay 10-9, and I'm going to regret it, I think.
I'm going to get the extra cheat. I'm going to get the extra fries with this. I'm going to regret it, but I'm going for it. Yeah, I mean, sounds delicious to me. I'm going to go I'm going same team as you, Dames. I'm going Tampa Bay. I think maybe I said last week it might have been the last time. I think this is the last time I'm picking them. I still feel like they're the better team. I'm not looking at previous things week to week. I think the Bucks, if we look at both teams, are overall better. I'm also going to take them in a low-scoring affair, 17-15 to kick a late field goal to beat Houston on the road. G-Man.
Houston at home. the home team.
Yes, sir.
22-21 in a close one. Stroud will put together a better performance than last week, and I think Tampa Bay is kind of wondering who they are going to be, and this isn't going to help them figure it out. Nico, big game.
D-MYKE.
Tampa Bay 24. Houston also 24. This one ends in a tie.
Oh shit!
Chalk it.
Shit! Somebody did it, you guys.
Chalk
Somebody.
it down out there, NFL.
Somebody upset the
We should have
bell.
like a thing about tie alert.
Now that
Now,
all our
he-
scores are in, I think it's going to be 28-5, Houston. I just have a feeling that's what's going to happen.
What's
They're
your
gonna
tie
be
score?
amazing, except for that time they get safetied.
4 safeties.
What's the score of this tie? What's the sky of this tie?
It was 24s.
24. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Fair. All right, we'll move on. The dumbest name in sports against the stupidest team. Commanders go to New England to play. G-Man, let's start with you. I know that this is your division team and the team that you've beaten the Super Bowl twice. Go ahead.
So yeah, the team I beat in the Super Bowl twice will win this one because, well, Washington gave up. They have no one to rush the passer, so I hear that Mac Jones is okay with a clean pocket, and Howell does turn it over.
Don't trust that.
Howell turns it
Their
over.
defensive backs.
23-19 Patriots at home. This is definitely a game that I probably won't even watch the highlights of. It'll be so bad.
So, G-Man, Jazz, are you suggesting that without a clean pocket, that Jones is a pocket pussy?
Welcome to NFHell, where we tell random jokes throughout the show. Let us know your jokes down below.
It's a good one. I'm already red from my meds.
Hey, D-MYKE, who you taking? Who you taking in this?
So without a pass rush, actually, we can't say that because the Broncos traded away supposedly their best traded, or I think just let them go. Maybe in some cases, their best pass rushers reportedly, and they beat the living crap out of the Chiefs by getting to the quarterback. Really. So you can't just say that suddenly the Redskins don't know how to play defense. Commanders don't know how to play defense.
And we're canceled.
I've been Dane Michael. Goodbye.
Dames Mars, are you sticking on the trend? Are you want to hop into that? I mean, maybe they got rid of these two players because they were cancer.
You can't talk about cancer.
No, dude.
People are dying from it all the time.
Their coach beat cancer to win, but he is getting rid of it. That was
so.
Games, what's up?
Not cool.
Is this in Foxborough?
Yes.
Okay.
Tis.
Okay. I'm taking the pocket pussy. And I'm taking it but for the game, I'm gonna pick New England. New England 27, Washington 17.
Chicago.
All right, it'll be at your doorstep in 2 days.
Goes in the
Amazon.
Special delivery. The Bears go down to the Saints. Dames, go ahead. Let's hear about this one.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man. This is a noon game. One of the last of the noon game. I think this is the last noon game. Okay. Taysom. He's still on your team. Use him. I know I sound like a broken record, and everybody's like, "Shut the fuck up already." The kid's awesome. Derek Carr is he was not needed, really, in my opinion. He was not needed on this team. I think it's the Bears upgraded on their defensive line, which is great. They desperately needed that help. But I don't think it's enough. I still think they're about 20 guys away from being. I'm trying not to be mean, dude, because I like the Bears.
You like Justin Fields? Is he playing?
I don't believe so. This might be the last one and he's out. But again, I don't know. If he plays, I think they have as good a shot as if he doesn't play right now. But I'm going to go New Orleans. I'm not really comfortable with the pick. But I'm going to say Taysom Hill has another 2 touchdowns. I'm going to go 17-14. New Orleans.
All right. I'm going to hop on that Nolans bandwagon, if you will. Again, I don't think Carr's that good, but I think against the Bears D, he is. If they're starting that rookie quarterback or Fields for that matter, I also feel like they don't really have a chance. So I'm taking Saints 27, Bears 13. G-Men.
Got the Saints winning 31-7. I don't have a lot of faith in the new quarterback if Fields is out, and like you're saying, if he comes back and he has grip problems, is why he's out with a thumb. How is he going to play on the road? Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey, if you look at their stats, they're pretty much similar, and McCaffrey gets all the love. Kamara doesn't, so go figure. Saints big 31-7. The Bears
34-6 Saints. I don't think I picked the Patriots game either.
You didn't?
No.
I think I just put New England because no one hate. No, you did. You were talking about the Redskins, remember?
But I didn't give a score.
Oh, you didn't give a score. Yeah. What's your score, bud?
Patriots 15, Commanders 9.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Indy, Carolina. Does Carolina bounce ahead and get 2 straight wins, or do the Colts come out Minshew magic, get what they need? I'm taking Indy on the road. Carolina won. I still don't believe it. I think Minshew, Jonathan Taylor, they got Moss. I think they got a pretty good running game going. I don't think they lose this one. Carolina's still not good, even though they got a win. I'll take them on the road. Let's go D-MYKE. Who you got?
Sometimes logic doesn't make sense in the NFL. So I think the Panthers are going to win somehow.
Right.
I think it'll be like 21-17 or something, and it includes like a defensive touchdown that they weren't expecting.
G-Man.
I have almost the same score, 21-20. Carolina at home, 2 in a row, and they run a little momentum here, and then I'm sure it will end quickly, but I think they can get 2 in a row. Indy's pretty inconsistent.
James.
Colts 31-3. Colts 31-3.
All right. 2 for 2. Here we go. 2 Indy, 2 Carolina. It's maybe going to make me want to tune into that game, even though I probably wouldn't have. All right. G-Man Jazz. Hey, D-MYKE, if you want to go like make a pizza or something really quick, G-Man's going to talk about the Giants game at Vegas, so we all take a little break here. So.
Is there that much to say about the Raiders? I mean,
guys, this should be a pretty short version of, must win. The time is now, 30-0. The Raiders are garbage. Our defense is dominating right now. DJ comes back. He has a way better rating, winning percentage, et cetera, with Saquon in the lineup with DJ, which, this is desperation mode at this point. So win big on the road. Give me a fucking week off of this roller coaster of a season and just let me enjoy, just enjoy a weekend. Don't have a sick feeling in my stomach. just a good weekend. Giants feeling good after this weekend, and there'll be another must win after that. So, guys, should be able to take down Raiders, right?
Should be able to. Here's what I would say. Do you need the Giants to give you a reason?
No.
I picked them too. I am going to pick the Giants at Vegas. I feel like, the Vegas, Garoppolo, whoever's playing there. The only one thing we always talk about with the Raiders is that defensive line. We got one guy. No, it's irrelevant now because teams are just blocking him and there's nothing else. So DJ, Saquon, that's a way better option for you. I think you do get some things rolling. I think Giants win 21-10 on the road in Vegas. D-MYKE.
So Jones is absolutely cleared to play. Is that correct? Okay. Wow. I know that if I pick the Giants, James is definitely picking the Raiders.
I think, well, here's the thing. You should let him because I want him to take the Raiders.
All right. I'll take the Giants to win a game 18.
You dumb
14.
bastard.
Welcome to the show, D-MYKE. James.
All right. I know that my friend Rodeo Raider is watching this. Hello, Jimmy. I love you. I love you. If you've got to start a 4-game winning streak to get to 6-6, you want to do it against the Raiders. Okay. The only thing that makes me sad about this is that you're already celebrating. I think that's a huge mistake. Let the game play out before you decide to have a relaxing, great weekend, because I've seen this happen before, bro. And I want to make sure that you're here next Tuesday for all of us. Okay.
NFHell.
So that's
I mean, we are in contract. We get one show off per year, right? I think we mentioned that at the beginning of the season, and I was very close this week. But
you were like 5 minutes away from being like, can I not show up?
And then I'm like, good, no, good.
So I'm not going to pick the Raiders, despite you guys trying to goad me into it. That's just irresponsible.
Oh, now you're in first. It's irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
I don't understand.
Our listeners at home are going to be like, that's bullshit.
You know what?
That's complete bullshit.
Fuck you, Jess. I love you. I'm going Raiders. I'm going Raiders 16-15.
Boom.
There you go. You guys did it. You did it.
There you go. Play along at home. Play along. One guy we know that plays along at home, Jason, he's probably listening right now, waiting for our picks. I'll start it out. Dallas goes to Philly. I'm going to take this is my game where I think this is going to be a good game. I'm taking Dallas. Everybody's talking Philly. They can't be beat. Dallas just came off a big win. Their defense is starting to pick it up. I'm taking Dallas on the road. Big division game. All these games are tight. G-Man Jazz, the Giants fan. I watch a lot of those teams play the Giants. All those games, just like any division game, is very close. I see Dallas kind of maybe quieting some haters. I'm taking Dallas on the road in a shootout, 31-28. G-Man Jazz.
All right, guys. This has big implications for the NFC East. Winner of this game could have control of this division. I think Dallas might be at least one game, maybe even after this, if they were to beat Philly. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, huge game. Jails has a new love affair with the Cowboys because the Cowboy man was wearing fucking jet shit last weekend, so he's going off kilter picking the Cowboys. But the Eagles will handle this game pretty easily. And I'll be like, oh, they scored another 30-some points. They don't look that good, blah, blah, blah. But they find a way to get a win at home and complete control of the NFC East and the NFC. 31-20 Eagles.
James.
I need to go now. He just blah, blah, blah me. So I'm the only one that says that.
Is what?
He says the Eagles aren't that great. I'm the only one that says that. You blah, blah, blah me, bro. So now I have to put my money where my mouth is and say that Dallas is going to win this game. And I was going to do that anyway because I haven't seen Philly be amazing. I haven't seen it. I just saw Dallas be amazing. I don't care if it was against whoever. That doesn't matter to me.
That's the problem is they just did it. Dallas never does it twice in a row.
Well,
that's the reality.
I guess we'll test that theory right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And I'm saying right now that despite a clause, you have to be here next week to discuss this. No matter what, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. If I've been saying, show me that you are the team that everybody says you are. If you are, you will win this game. I don't believe it right now, so I'm going Dallas. And I'm not saying that I believe Dallas is great. I'm just saying this is a game that if you're Philly, you have to win this.
But you say that to every game. You say it to every game. So if they win this, then you're gonna be like, well, Dallas didn't play their best, so now you got to prove it against your next game.
I won't do that. But here's the difference. I didn't say that Washington was going to beat them last week. I'm saying you should.
No, I know.
I said you should fucking house this team, and they made it a game, dude. That's the problem that I have. Like everybody, you guys know I've been higher on this Washington team than anyone in this group, and you all have been like they're terrible, they're terrible, they're terrible.
And we're all right.
They did not look terrible against Philly, which they should have, and that was my whole point with that. I never thought I picked Philly. I never thought for a second that Washington was going to win, but I'm like, this game should be 40-5. Two safeties blocked.
I mean, yeah, I think your expectations. I think your expectations of the Eagles are a little high. I mean, 40-5 is an NFL game, a division game. Teams that play each other twice, they know each other. A win is a win, and I was on the road. 38 points scored. Yeah, I like Philly at home. We'll see. I mean, either team loses, it's a win for me.
Right. I'm just going to go on record saying I would prefer that Philly win this game because I really hate Dallas. But show me that you can beat this team, and I might be a believer.
Show me the money, D-MYKE.
Show me some Dak turnovers. That's what we're going to get.
Oh, that's going to happen. That's going to happen for sure.
Well, this man who picked Dallas at Philly, despite saying that their quarterback is worse than Zach Wilson, Sam Howell. Who else did I throw out there earlier? It was one other guy, but you picked Dak Prescott as the worst one out of all of them. Yeah, he's going to go into Philly and win.
Thank you, D-MYKE.
All right, this is going to be a walk-off overtime victory, 26-20, Philadelphia Eagles.
In OT. All right. Finally, there's a good Sunday night game. I mean, maybe there was last week, but I'm just saying there is a good Sunday night game this week. Buffalo goes to Cincinnati. G-Man, start with you.
Guys, I'm done picking against Cincinnati now again until they lose. So, Cincinnati at home, 41-38 in a shootout. If you guys didn't know, Knox has been out a game or two for the Bills, and their rookie tight end, Dalton Kincaid, has had a couple big games. So look for that relationship to continue to grow with Josh Allen and give him another option besides, Diggs. So hopefully it's down to the wire, and yeah, it'd be nice to get a good Sunday night game besides, the Chargers Bears backup quarterback. So Bungies.
I'm also taking the Bungies on at home. Number one, I need the Bills to lose. It helps the Jets. So that's why I'm going to do it. Number two, Cincinnati is on a roll. Again, I think they're only ascending as they get through the season. Maybe Joe Burrow should just play all the preseason games. Play them all. And then that way, week 1 or 2, you're where you are right now, and you're going to have an MVP 60 fucking touchdown season.
Hurt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this year he was. But I'm saying, every year, maybe he wouldn't get hurt either. Anyway, I'm taking Cincy. Close one at home. 24-23 against the Bills. D-MYKE.
Bengals, Bills. Wow.
Bills. A Buffalo versus a Bengal.
This is a terrific game. I hope it is terrific as it is in my mind right now. I hope that comes to fruition in a 35-32 affair in which the Bills emerge victorious.
All right. Davis Marvs.
This game will end in a score of 35-37. Buffalo! The Buffalo Bills!
The Bills. 2 Bills, 2 Bengals.
Hopefully it's close.
Hopefully it's close. Last but not least, Monday night. Most people probably won't be tuning in because they don't want to see the Jets go to 5-3 at home in New York. Chargers coming all the way across town. We keep asking who they are. They're still not going to show us. Herbert's not going to have many options to throw to in this game with the Jets shut down D. We run the ball with a heavy dose of Brees. Zach doesn't make any mistakes this game in the limelight. The Jets win a close one, 24-20 on Monday Night Football to go to 5-3. James Marvs, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Got something stuck in your throat there? Or?
Well, the first thing I want to say is this is the 8th time I've had to watch a fucking New York team play in fucking prime time when my team gets one fucking game.
Well, be better.
And you guys want to still just throw away the bias. Throw it away. I eat it like it's fucking candy, you motherfuckers. And the fact that I have to watch the fucking Jets on Monday Night Football against the goddamn Chargers is fucking a slap in the face of my fandom. Period.
Supposed to be Rodgers. That's why it's on the schedule.
Yeah, as soon as that injury happened, the Monday night people were like walking off the job the next day.
Hey, Dames, you always say something about watching in the trenches and stuff. Just watch Quincy Williams, not the trenches, but the linebacker for the Jets. This guy is everywhere, man.
That's what I have to do. That's what I'm going to have to do because I'm certainly not going to be able to watch quarterback play on the Jets side. Certainly not going to be able to watch that. I mean, for 3 plays and then punt, I will. I'll be able to watch it for 3 plays.
My punter did, pin the Giants.
Yeah, your punter's your fucking MVP, so shut up.
Morton was on fire.
Fucking guy.
He was on fire. We didn't even mention
the Chargers are going to win this game, and they're going to win 24-13.
D-MYKE.
The Jets are going to win because every week Aaron Rodgers is showing up there now and just like pumping them full of sunshine and saying like, actually, if you're about to lose a fucking game, I'm not going to on a field goal. I'm not going to allow that to happen just by my presence in the building. Like, I think he fucking Jedi mind shit that field goal from no good.
No good.
By the way, Jedi minded that shit. He's gonna Jedi mind like a pass that's going perfectly straight to a Chargers receiver. Name one. I don't know. I think they have one good one. Keenan Allen. I was gonna say like Keenan McCardle for some reason.
Ex-Jaguar. 90s flashback.
but it's going to be going like perfectly straight into Keenan Allen's arms for a touchdown, and then all of a sudden it's going to take a 90-degree turn, like Teen Wolf type of shit,
Angels
into the arms of a Jets defender who will return it for a touchdown.
Angels in the outfield, Dane.
Toss. Hey, if we got Angels in the outfield and we win a fucking Super Bowl, Hallelujah.
Plus Brees Hall with a 102-yard touchdown run.
Kick return or run?
No, touchdown run.
He runs back.
He will turn a safety into a touchdown. And
but you
Zach Wilson
he's going to have to run 2 yards back into the end zone to make that happen.
What did you mix in with these
2 yards deep in the end?
What'd you mix in with your fucking meat coins?
A leafy substance.
But anyway, the Jets are going to win 13-11, and Zach Wilson will have nothing to do with it whatsoever.
Okay, that's fine. That's another win. I'll take it. Chalk up the dub. G-Men, last but not least, we got 2 Jets right now with Chaja. I know you're pissed off because we beat you last week. I mean, Gano good.
Say it again.
Jets beat the Giants last week.
Say it again.
You wanted to take the Chargers.
You want me to switch my pick, don't you?
You need to switch this pick.
I mean, here's the deal. If you rewatch the show right now,
Jets are winning this game, dude.
Guys, I've seen the fucking Chargers. The Chargers, they're inconsistent. The Jets, they come out and they run the ball and they play great defense. So I've seen them give Mahomes problems. I've seen them give Jalen Hurts problems. I've seen them give a lot of quarterbacks problems. And I don't see it any different. They got waves of pressure. And, everyone wants Herbert to be this MVP Super Bowl quarterback. But, I mean, maybe he is just Phillip Rivers 2.0, getting a bunch of stats and never really does anything. So, not saying the Jets are or aren't, but 23-18. Gonna find it hard to score on that defense. So Jets keep it rolling.
Yeah, hopefully it's a little better weather. Again, that rain sucked. So anyway, that concludes our picks for this episode of NFHell Week 9. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, next up, Gamble Responsibly with Ricky. Ricky's picks are in. Make sure you watch those. If you want to go back and watch this whole episode again, every time that we say, or I should say, I say Gano good and you drink, you'll be hammered. So maybe during Sunday while you're watching the game, just Gano good! Gano good!
Peace out. Peace out.
I want to say this real quick before I leave and never come back for the rest of the season, presumably.
Yeah, hopefully.
So Gobo, congratulations again. While you're busy changing diapers in Denver, would it have killed you to have changed Pat Mahomes' diaper?
Yeah,
give those boys a chance.
Yeah, poopy pant. Poopy. All right, same bat time, same bat channel, Lock 22. See you next week.
Congrats, Gobo.
Congrats.
Love you, Gobo. Fuck the Jets.
Go.
What's good? What's really good, everybody? Ricky Montalvo back here again for the Week 9 2023 NFL slate for all my gambling degenerates and cutie pies out there. Coming at you from last week with a push week. Boring. But as I've said before in the past, we'll take them. It is Halloween right now, coming to you on a Tuesday. As of this recording, the spooky one, as the NFL trade deadline is passed, with some compelling and some not so compelling trades. Nothing remarkable for gambling. Thought Josh Dobbs going to the Vikings was very interesting, and the Niners get better with Chase Young coming on over to them. So to review our year, we have a 14-10 record up currently, plus 3 units, covering at a 58% clip, which is going to back me into our first teaching lesson of the week here before I talk about what we did last week. And that is paying for picks. I am brought to you by the NFHell. The boys on the podcast do such a great job. I do this for fun. I do this for free. No one pays me. This is a nice little experiment that we're doing here to try to see if we can show everyone how to slow and steady build a bankroll. Now, the fortunate thing for us that we have going on here with Ricky's Picks is that everything is well documented. There's no lying here. It's impossible. Everything has been recorded and posted to the internet. So you can go back, check lines, check my data, make sure I'm not full of shit, quite frankly. And there's a lot of people out there, which all due respect to them, I get it. They are out there selling picks. I just don't like it. I don't agree with it. I think you juice out over time paying other people. It's already difficult enough to win money on the NFL. So please, as you're kind of going through Twitter, the internet, all of that, please be careful where you're putting your money and, gamble responsibly. Don't let people fool you with made up Excel spreadsheets and picks where they take one line and another line and put you against each other with their following, hoping that the half that wins will purchase their package. Some people do that. So always look for proven backtrack data, my friends, is our lesson of the week as we continue to grow as gamblers here on Ricky's Picks. Reviewing the week that we had, the week that was in week 8, we had the Giants +3, a game where we should be counting our coin right now. Giants covering all the way. Tyrod Taylor going down in the second quarter. Kind of rough for us. This is what we like to call luck. It's where something really unfortunate happens that's out of our control. And then what happened is Tommy DeBuca Talafaniano, DeVito came in and absolutely just shit the bed for us. And we were lucky to just get out there with the cover, honestly. So we'll take the push. Should be counting money, like I said, but it's a push, so +3. Packers +1. Ricky, you were popping off last week, talking all that good shit about how your Packers were a lock for this week. Well, it didn't happen. Jordan Love cannot catch the ball. There were so many drop passes by the Packers and a lot of good opportunities for them to actually backdoor this number. I didn't think them winning this game was out of the realm of possibilities, especially once Kirk Cousins went down. Which, shout out Kirk Cousins. I hope you get better, man. Vikings Nation, sorry about it. I don't like to see teams get this type of variance brought to their season. I don't wish that upon anybody. But in this particular case, the luck bounced our way where he left the game. So just a bad call. It's a loss. It's a great spot play. I'd play it again. But and to go off here on the side here a little bit, I've seen a lot of people out hunting for Jordan Love's head after this past game, frustrated that they lost to the Vikings. Look, you and your instant gratification can go somewhere else. Take a chill pill, go get your DoorDash, go on your phone, look at your little instant pornography and understand that this is a slow building process for the Packers. Rodgers, his first year after being on the bench for 3 years, only won 6 games, and that, like I said earlier, he can't catch the ball as well. There was a lot of great plays by him, some not, but I like more what I see than what I don't. So please chill out on the Packers. So sorry for that one, my friends. And then finally, third, we had the Cardinals +8.5, the wackiest bullshit cover I have ever seen in my 2 years. So first of all, Ravens putting Nelson fucking Aguilar out there on hands team, a guy notorious for dropping balls on onside kick, misses it. The Cardinals get the ball after scoring late. They get enough yardage with where they were at to get Matt Prater in position to kick the field goal. Matt Prater goes out there. He misses the field goal, but guess what? False start, dead ball foul, which means that the play cannot occur. And he gets another crack at it and backdoors the number. Insanity. No surprise, though. Everything on the Ravens that week, public and pros. But here we are, cashing that bet. So we'll take it. We'll take the 1-1-1. A little bit of juice to the books, but we don't give a shit about that. It's a push week. We move on. We didn't lose the units. And now we get to stay up on our platform of 3 units. Boop, boop, boop. And see if we can elevate, my friends. So we're in a good spot here at 58%. That's tremendous. The sweet spot is about 52.5% that we want to be covering by, because if we stay at that metric over the course of the year, we will see that ROI by the time we get to the end of it. But I make no guarantees here. Again, this is a nice little experiment that we're trying to do. But the good, fortunate news is that we are documented and we press on. Let's move to week 9 of this slate. And first, coming up for Ricky's picks, we have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the Carolina Panthers. 3:05 afternoon is when we're going to be starting off at Bank of America Stadium. This line sitting at 3 at a very public book, the most public book in the nation. Seeing some 2.5s popping up on the screen as well. We're getting some reverse line movement. We've talked about that before. There's action all over the Colts right now in terms of money and tickets. So, but we're starting to see 2.5s pop up. That should tell you something, my friends. Not always a guarantee, but it should indicate something to you that sharp action and some professionals have come in on these Carolina Panthers. So last week, I really wish I had backed the Panthers in that position. It was a great spot for them, 0-6 off the bye. There's a really nice metric there for them to cover that number that they were at. I believe it was a 3.5, but they went outright. I wish I was on that bad boy. But there's been a sort of an OC change in Carolina, and what I saw out of them, I liked for Bryce Young with the motion that's being introduced to this team. Lots of motion, Bryce Young being able to handle that. I think it's time to continue to buy on the Panthers right now in this position. Should have been on them last week, but I'm not going to make that same mistake. I'm going to back them here. Colts on their side, I don't think this is a good Gardner Minshew spot. I don't like backing them as favorites. I'd really prefer them as a dog. So give me them Carolina Panthers at the +3 to 2.5. Really hoping that you can get the 3 by the time you get this tomorrow on Wednesday. Shout out Manny Fresh, who I know is going to be checking this video out, but we're taking the Carolina Panthers first pick, Ricky's picks. And moving right along, number 2, we have the Cowboys traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles at 3:25 Lincoln Financial Field. Line currently tucked in at 3. So we all just saw the Cowboys blow up the Rams. It was a great spot. I wish I was on them again. It was a good spot for them to beat up on a Rams team which was outperforming expectations. Right now for the Eagles, they kind of fell asleep in the first half versus the Commanders. We know the Commanders kind of play them tough. But I felt like they were kind of looking past the Commanders to this game right here versus the Cowboys. We all know how big this game is for that division. Jalen Hurts a little bit banged up, which is a little concerning here for me. Tough for him to tush push, run the ball, but I think he's already been kind of ginger with running the ball. I digress. This goes back to the adage of what I've been saying about Dak. He will whoop up on bad teams at home or whatever, on the road even, but he typically lays down for the elite teams. Again, I believe the Eagles are one of those elite teams. You think of the Eagles, you think of the Niners, you think of the Ravens, Bengals, Chiefs, Anyways, won't go too far into that. But the Eagles should get up for this one. This should be a fire them up spot. This should be we've been circling this one. We're ready for this one. We know how important this is. The only thing I'll say is that with this line sitting at 3, if it somehow gets to 3.5, I think that the value is on the Cowboys at the 3.5. So if it goes up there, don't bet this one. But at the 3, you can take them. The Eagles, Dak already in the media making some weird comments about honey and poking the bear, and I don't like that. No, not for a Cowboys backing position. There is a metric where the Eagles have played one division opponent. Now they are taking on another division opponent. Typically, that's a spot you actually would want to fade the Eagles, but I don't give a fuck. I respecting Dak and them boys here. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles at home, -3 with the chalk, public and money all over this one. And I'm just going to take it. I'm not going to buy into the Cowboys here. Second pick, Ricky's picks. Fly Eagles fly. Moving on to our third pick. We have the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. 7:20. That's right. Sunday night football. Get you all tucked in with your cash money when we be cashing this one at Paycor Stadium. Paycor. Like who? What? Okay, Paycor Stadium. This line has been moving around a bunch. We got some 2.5s out there. We got some 3s out there. Cincy to me is the better team right now. Cincinnati is playing on fire. Joe Burrow, we've seen this before out of him. After about week 6, he gets cooking. I think he's clearly shaken off the injury. I think he is playing at the high level that we expect from him mid-season and probably what will be into later in the season. On the flip side with the Bills, yes, still a great team, still an amazing team. The problem is that their defense is just shellacked by injury. They miss Milano something fierce. They did just trade for Rasul Douglas from the Packers. Oh, and he's a baller. That dude brings energy. He brings ferocity. So they got a good one there. Shout out Rasul Douglas. But overall, the defense, to me, is not in a good place right now. And I think it's time to stay in the flames of Cincinnati. I don't think this is a fade spot for them. I think this is a spot where you can still comfortably back them here, especially on a short number of 2.5, which is what I'm going to lock in here. Again, we're seeing a 2.5 hanging at the most public book in America. I ain't shouting them out because they ain't paying me, but I'm going to tell you that it's out there. Go get it. Josh Allen is really banged up too. That Thursday night football game, he left the game, went into the medical tent. It's just interesting to me. It's hard to back them right now, the Bills. They get a little extra rest here, having played Thursday into Sunday night. But I just can't get behind them here with the way Cincinnati's been playing and at home in prime time on the short number. I'm going to take the chalk once again, public and the money all over the Bengals, but I don't care. I'm going to take them. Give me the Bengals -2.5 for the third pick of Ricky's picks. But wait, y'all. There's more this week. That's right. It's a holiday special, trick or treat. It's Ricky giving you a little extra coin in your little plastic pumpkin. Boom. That's me. As we move on to Sunday Night Football. That's right. We're getting a fourth pick, bonus pick here. We have the Los Angeles Chargers heading to the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium in prime time. It's Monday Night Football, folks. This line currently tucked in at the 3. Give me them Jets, Jets. Love this line. Shout out Jails. You're going to love this one, buddy. The Jets played like dog shit against the Giants. Wasn't for some busted Breece Hall touchdown. We probably would have been cashing that bet on the Giants pretty easy. But what we're purchasing here is a +3 with a superior run game and a superior defense with a superior coach. Chargers, Staley, their ass. I don't think it's time to buy on them yet. Typically, you want to back the Chargers on big numbers. This is a short number. This line, I feel like, is pretty sharp, but I like the Jets here. It's an easy bet for me to make. Right now, the public is on the Chargers while the money is on the Jets. I've seen some sharp action, some professionals backing the Chargers here, but I think ultimately, you're going to see a flip and a lot of sharp action head towards the Jets as we get closer to game time. Jets offensive line a little bit banged up, a little concerning for me, but this is a get up spot for the Jets. They play well in prime time. We're getting all these Jets prime time games because, Rodgers was supposed to be out there, but he's not. So, enjoy another one, I guess. Give me the Jets getting fired up for this one on Monday Night Football. They love to play elite quarterbacks and play them tough. And I like what I saw of the Chargers last week, beating up on a bad Bears team, but who cares? Give me them Jets right here, right now. On Ricky's picks, that's right, the fourth bet. My friends, we're hoping to get some more units. Hoping to keep climbing, hoping to keep that percentage up here as we move forward in the 2023 season. It's been a joy. It's been a pleasure. I love doing with you guys. As always, gamble responsibly. Let's stick to that unit size. Let's stay steady, baby. This has been Ricky's Picks, and I will see all of you in the trenches.